56 of the Place to Be reviews. Too sweet to be sour, too nice to be mean. Head shaved fresh, just like Mr. Clean. All my exes live in Texas. That's why I hang my hat in Tennessee. And right now, I'm the only 10 you see. I am Etepukuian in the Place to Be, joined this evening by my guests. We'll work our way clockwise. Aussie Dave is in the house tonight. It's he hasn't made an appearance in a while, so we got Aussie Dave in the house. Raiders of the Lost Fix, my brother from another mother, the Groovinator.
What up?
And last but certainly not least, he is represented by Mr. Destro on the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, the Don of 2 Cents Toys, Mr. Salvador.
Hello and salutations. It has been a while, but I have returned for reasons I don't understand.
I think
you got roped into this. It was come on, or we post those pictures you don't want everybody to see.
Those pictures were sent to you all in confidence.
Oh, we were confident, all right.
Well, I wasn't when it was cold.
I'm like the CIA. I got files on everybody.
So, if you notice, we're minus MJ tonight. She's having some technical issues, so she is probably in the chat. We'll flip over to that right now. So yeah, she is. She'll be in the chat this evening, and we've got a list of topics here. Let me flip on over to that right now, and we will kind of take a look at what we've got now. We have Jar Jar and his mystery box when it pertains to Star Wars Episode 9. We're going to talk about the Miss Marvel showrunner from the newly announced Disney Plus streaming show, Miss Marvel, which is Kamala Khan. She purged 5,000 tweets from her account. So yeah, we've got that, and we're going to talk the Joker trailer. We're going to talk the Rambo trailer. So we've got a lot going on tonight. So what should we dive into here first? I mean, guys, it's been a big news week. I mean, before we really jump into these articles,
you know why that happens, Pete? Because every time I take a couple of days off from YouTube, all shit breaks loose every single time.
Oh, yep. Look, Disney puts out at least a dozen press releases a day now.
Oh, it's gotten now with all this Star Wars stuff. And before we jump into Jar Jar and his mystery box and how he said that Rian Johnson didn't mess up the trilogy, this article on StarWars.com that that they used the wrong wording in and basically spoiled Darth Ray. What did you guys think about that?
Ray Maul.
Ray Maul.
Ray Maul.
Say it right.
Ray Maul.
Where did you get that new lightsaber? At the mall.
Oh,
yeah, I've seen many women use two-headed objects, and I don't think she knows that the lightsaber shouldn't be used for that. So I'm kind of concerned.
Oh, come on. She's so Mary Sue that Captain Marvel bows to her.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm pretty sure that that Carol Danvers has to bend the knee to Ray. Because Ray was handling that. I love that. Was that the guy from the UK that made the Swiss Army knife GIF of Ray? Oh, yes. That's brilliant.
That was awesome.
I can't decide what it reminds me more of. If it reminds me more of like a traditional nutcracker tool, like for cracking walnuts, or if it's
of course it's a nutcracker,
like
it's
a blind man's cane. It's like a combination between the two, like the blind man's cane, where you just kind of like shake it real good, and then it like kind of comes back in. It's like magnetic or whatever. It's like a combination of those two things into a lightsaber, because of course,
because it's Ray.
It almost reminds me of like the lightsaber builder kits that they had at Toys R Us. I think they're using those to make
props. Yeah,
don't worry, they're still there.
They have a surplus of lightsaber builder kits, and they're going to work them into those damn movies or else, because they're not going to sell any other way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
That movie will come out and they'll still be on clearance.
Well, they did look, they repainted C-3PO. You know, come on, they've got to work the toys.
I thought that was the Virgin alarm, the red eyes thing.
Shit. Yeah, that's.
movie.
Yeah.
No, Ray was done with him, but he needed to recharge his batteries. So his eyes would turn green when they're ready. But someone should tell her that when the batteries die, you know what? Never mind. I'll tell her when she's older.
I wonder if they're going to work that into the advertising. Just the Energizer Bunny just kind of scoots across the screen right in the middle of a lightsaber fight. Still going.
That's right. It's the Energizer Mickey.
Level of cleverness to that. Time and time again that they are not clever.
Oh, dear God.
No, they can't come up with. I mean, it's just bad. I mean,
and it's going to be a dream sequence, man. There's no way that she's going to be, evil or whatever. It'd be neat if she was, but I can't give Disney that much credit. It's like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. No, I'm not doing it again.
They've trolled us twice.
Disney's trying to Disney is like the bad heel on a wrestling card that can't ever get over with the crowd, but they just keep trying, and it's like they just keep booking them in the same shit, and just like, this is going to get over one, and it never gets over. That's exactly what they're doing with Star Wars. That was Solo, and that was The Last Jedi, and now they're going to do it with Episode 9. The Force Awakens, I don't like it. I didn't like anything about it. But it made, I mean, that's the thing. Like, The Last Jedi made money and The Force Awakens made money. I mean, out of the two, if you have to say the lesser of the two evils between The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens, obviously I'm going to say The Force Awakens, because The Last Jedi is offensive to every sense, and even that you don't have.
It was a nice setup movie in the fact that it's Jar Jar Abrams and his mystery box bullshit again. Mm-hmm. It was setting things up that they had no intention of making good on, and that's the real bummer of it. It's kind of like went back in the 90s, watched X-Files, and you thought that they were going to go somewhere with this whole Mulder's sister thing, and then they just kind of keep dragging it out and changing it around. Oh, let's drag it out 3 or 4 more seasons. That's what they're doing with these movies, just dragging stuff out. There was no clear written outline in place to begin with. They're clearly making it up as they go, which is why I dropped off after The Last Jedi. It just, you could clearly see that they were going nowhere with it.
Well, not even 2 minutes after they announced Rowan Johnson as the director of number 2, he's saying, "Oh, I'm just starting on the script now." It's like, what?
I knew something was up even with The Force Awakens, because it's like most Star Wars movies that have come out, it's especially The Phantom Menace and especially A New Hope, there was a lot of time, a lot of prep work that went into making those movies. And they had an outline, but they didn't even have a script. They were already doing pre-prep, designing ships and cities and world building before they even had the damn script done. But the point is, they took their time with it before these things came out. And The Force Awakens was out like almost immediately after we found out that Lucas sold his soul to the devil. Boom. That's not cool. Naturally.
No. That is the literal devil in Disney. This is the thing with this whole, the Star Wars, the fandom is split there. And then you've got, of course, Disney owns Marvel, and that fan base is going to get just as bad as Star Wars here is shortly. And we're going to talk about that later. But these Disney owning everything is not good. This whole thing with Sony kind of not bending the knee to Disney, I liked it. But the problem with that is Disney can outweight Sony. Disney's got more money than Sony does.
I think it's starting to crumble. They're starting to collapse under their own weight.
I hope you're right.
Last month, they had a huge drop in that. Last month they went from 40% profit margin average down to 8%. That's a huge cost increase. And you know what they did. You know where that money went, don't you?
Mm-hmm. That went to buy those theater seats for those movies that made $1 billion.
and pay all those shills like Forbes, etc.
Scott Mendelson's
articles.
Yep, the Access Media. That's your that's where all your was it $6 billion they're unaccounted for or overinflated profits in that SEC investigation. Yeah, that is not chump change they're playing with there, and
Yeah.
that's going to leave a big old opening for the IRS to come in there after the Securities and Exchange Commission
Yep.
does their thing.
Is Scott
Somebody
Mendelson a
figured-
robot? I have
Somebody
to know.
just figured Disney has spent $20 billion to make 11.
You never see Scott Mendelson in a public setting. He's not like out interviewing people or doing live shows or guest appearances. You think that he would just jump at the opportunity to do stuff like that because he is a shillionaire extraordinaire. But either that or he's living in a bunker somewhere where he's surrounded by bodyguards or
We know. He's in a box and they slip a press release into it. He's
just an AI construct that somebody at Forbes put together to just write bullshit like, shilling type, throw as many numbers at the audience as possible to where they don't even understand what you're talking about anymore. And hey, because of all these numbers I just threw at you, Star Wars is going to be good.
That's it too. It's like he likes to throw as many numbers in his articles as he can to try to shake you from the fact that he's just a fucking shill. That's all it is.
Whenever he starts talking, I start reading one of his articles. I feel like that moment on it's a freaking movie with A Beautiful Mind. Yeah,
yep.
I just like.
Oh yeah, you get that.
Everything he says sounds like it came out of the script of A Beautiful Mind, but not quite as clever because it's Scott Mendelson. So.
He's definitely the guy. Yeah, he's walking to the post box and he's got his articles are like this big. That there's something.
And his 3 friends are following him everywhere.
Yeah.
He has 3.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse, Goofy, and Donald Duck.
Yeah, I was gonna say. No, he's got Huey, Dewey, and Louie. He doesn't get the A team. Yeah, he gets like the C team. He gets Donald's fucking half retarded.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie keep promising him visits with Mickey if he does a good job. If you be a good little soldier and shill for us. Yeah.
No. Be a good boy, and I'll give you 5 minutes with Minnie.
And the first time Scott Mendelson would get to meet Mickey, it would be like that scene in South Park when the one Jonas brother wouldn't put on the purity ring, and Mickey would just kick the shit out of him. I told you, Scott, right? The fucking articles. And just beating the shit out of him, just stomping him. And Mendelson's like 97.45, $8 billion lost by known profit margins, and just like Rain Man on the floor in a ball getting kicked by Mickey Mouse.
Yeah,
just reciting who's on first over and over and over again.
But the biggest thing about the article is basically that comes across is it's hard to believe that Jar Jar is not upset given all the stuff that went on right after episode Sloppy came out.
Well, have you noticed that he's gotten so many things that he's been handed to him now? I think they've bribed him with a lot more than, hey, we're going to pay you. We're going to give your son a Spider-Man comic. We're going to give you this. We're going to have you ruin a couple more space franchises. Hell, we'll let you direct the Black Hole. We'll let you do that one again.
Crooked. There's always something shifty about that guy. He's done nothing right, and yet time and time again, they keep handing him new series.
He's a one-note pony because he's good at starting things. Like he gets enough of a franchise to get it going again. He's good at starting things, but he can't finish anything because he never thinks that far ahead. He's just like the rest of Disney, where they're always after short-term gains instead of long-term planning or anything that'll make them any money long-term. They just want short-term success with everything that they do. Yeah. Everything they've done in the last year, it's always short-term goals. And then they wonder why these things don't last.
He's good at the first chapter, but if you look at every series he's done, every season goes down, 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 down.
That trend it's not going to stop. I mean,
he's like a bad father. He can place the order, but he's not there to do the job.
Yep. What did he just get? Who did he just sign a big deal with? Was it DC?
Satan.
Yes.
Was it D? Yeah, he signed over on DC, which really makes me nervous.
I feel bad for the DC fans, man. I really do.
I'm a DC fan first. Like, I know more about the MCU because there's.
But at the same time, all I can say to DC fans is, dude, I've been dealing with this shit for the last couple of years. Join the fucking club, all right? There's nothing you can tell me I don't already feel, all right?
Yep, and that's it. After as a DC fan after Justice League, you're like, can it get any worse? And then you see J.J. Abrams sign a contract with him, and it's like, oh, fuck.
After Star Wars and Star Trek, there ain't much left for us sci-fi geeks.
Yeah. So now you got to go over, and DC is just starting to come out of that Zack Snyder fog,
The Zack Snyder murderers.
That's basically it. I mean, if I want that, I'm gonna watch American Horror Story, which we can talk about later too, because Monica's not here tonight, so she's not a horror fan. We don't mess with horror too much. But yeah, that's I did the trailer.
I dabble in it. I'm not as pure of a horror fan as some people are, but I do dabble in it. I appreciate a lot of it.
Yeah,
I'm kind of a purist, a classic when it comes to the horror stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I like the classic stuff, but yeah, I give everything a fair shake.
Yep. So let's listen. We can jump into this and kind of segue into this Bounding into Comics article by John F. Trent. This is from yesterday, and this is J.J. Abrams on Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Episode 8 didn't really derail anything. And if you guys looked at this article, the picture of J.J. Abrams, his facial expression, just basically, I think, sums up perfectly what is inside his head. It just looks like he just looks dumbfounded in that picture. And I know it's just like the moment they took that, but it's just like it's a derp face. That is a fucking derp face with a dick nose attached to it. And goddamn, if his nose looked any more like the judge from Nothing But Trouble.
Oh, Pinocchio.
Yeah.
And his son looks like a dweeb out of a 80s sitcom.
Oh God, yeah. That's the fact that they gave his kid. Has his kid done anything in comics? I mean, I don't know, but it's like I need to know this before I, put the trust in him to give him a fucking Spider-Man comic. I mean, geez.
I have a pretty big nose myself, but at least it doesn't look like a wiener. That looks like a wiener.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Speaking of Spider-Man, Pete, I just sent you a meme that I created, and I don't know how to screen share.
Oh, I see that. I got it. I can pull that up on here. That's fucking good. Oh my God. This for those of you wondering, I'll pull this up in a minute. We'll just save it. But so yeah, J.J. Abrams said episode 8 didn't really derail anything. Okay, so is he talking about the same episode 8?
I don't know. I got super distracted by this little picture on the right that says opera star Placido Domingo accused of sexual harassment. I thought it was George Lucas without his glasses having a stroke. Wow. Okay. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. But Placido Domingo got a.
I'm like, man, George don't look so good. Oh, Placido Domingo. Okay.
Wait, he's one of the 3 tenors. There's Domingo, Pavarotti, and this is a Seinfeld joke. The other guy that they can't ever remember his name, and the maestro has I'm a Seinfeld nerd. I'm sorry.
Somebody actually died in 2007, I believe.
Did he?
Yeah. It was a pancreatic cancer, I think, that got him.
Isn't that what Trebek has?
Yep.
It's funny. It's not funny, but like they said, Trebek has been like stabilizing, which is crazy with that. That's such an aggressive thing. All right, let's not talk about pancreatic cancer anymore.
Sorry, I was reading the article, and it says it's quite possible that Jar Jar is just ignoring whatever Rowan did.
I think he's going to really.
He's contractually obligated to not say anything bad, and that's probably the look on his face. Is like that goddamn Ryan Johnson.
That's it. Happy family or else.
I'm gonna make a meme out of this, and I'm gonna put Moonface's head over here, and it's gonna be in like a thought bubble, and there's gonna be a bunch of like little.
You'll have to take time out of your busy schedule of making memes for the most recent trailer first in order to do this. That's pretty much full time for you, I would say at this point. The Star Wars memes are real right now.
Oh my God, they are.
Ever since that trailer dropped, I'm like, oh man, the memes are.
I don't know about you guys, but
you see the Gillette one, the Gillette Fusion. With the 4 blades on his lightsaber.
Oh Jesus!
What were you saying, Sal?
I was saying that I don't know about you guys, but I felt that knife twist in my ribs really hard with that trailer because, like, the first 3/4 of it is just.
It's like the first half. The first half is callbacks, and it was. Yep. I was like, "You sons of bitches!" That's like throwing dirt in somebody's eyes. You know what I mean? It's like you have the audacity to chew us fans out and call us a bunch of man babies and all this other kind of stupid crap just because we didn't enjoy what you did with the characters that we grew up with. And you have the audacity to show us those clips that are not even related to your movie. Yeah. They're not even related. No. They could not kill those characters off fast enough, man.
Yeah, that's it. They said,
ouch.
Forget the past, kill it if you must.
Yep.
And
then here's the 1 minute 40 trailer with 1 minute of nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
I did forget the past and killed it off. So I killed off The Last Jedi and I don't acknowledge its existence anymore. I'm done.
I've got the like I said, my wife unknowingly bought me The Farce Awakens and The Last Dumpster Fire. So they're sitting out my garage right now on the shelf waiting to go to my dad's house for Artillery Day. And I'm legit.
There's a video coming.
It is. I still have my GoPro. I haven't sold it yet. So nice. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna set it up on the tripod down by the down range, and I'm gonna hit The Last Jedi and Force Awakens with a 223. I'm gonna peg him up to the target.
Did Jeremy Griggs from Geeks and Gamers ever do that? Where he was gonna hit that with his golf club? He was gonna take it down to the golf course, and he was gonna knock the Force Awakens out with his golf club.
I don't know.
I never did that video. I think I would have.
You probably have to dig through the last 500. And that's just the stuff that he's posted today.
Yeah.
He never made good on that promise.
Yeah.
No, he went to Orlando instead.
I can't keep up with all those videos. Like I release 2 in a day, and I'm like, that's a lot. And,
yeah, I hear you. It's especially if you're trying to juggle any kind of a life outside of editing and preparing and recording and uploading and tagging. Yeah.
If you really don't want to have a life, be a writer.
I don't have a life as it is outside of like my kid and my podcast and this channel. That's about it now. It's like my friends will be like, oh, I have like 2, but one of them will call me and they're like, hey, I was like, no, I can't. What do you want to go? No, I got to record. I'm sorry. It's like this weekend, my wife's gone. Everybody's like, oh, you're going to go out? I'm like, nope, I'm going to live stream now for 4 hours on Friday night, and then we're watching Alita and doing a watch party in that for Saturday. So I'm like, that's my
alert. Shut in. Red flag alert.
I am. I'm becoming one, and that's fine. I've given up on society anyway.
It's dangerous out there. It's clown world, bro.
Honk honk. There was this old commercial. It was this anti-weed PSA, and it used to make me laugh because it was this guy and his friend, and the dude on the couch that was high, his name was Pete, and he's like, Pete never leaves his couch. It's life safe on Pete's couch. He never faces any dangers or anything. And he's like flat and he's all stoned. And the guy's like said something. It was just from like probably like maybe 10 years ago. And I was like, me and my buddy were sitting there in my apartment at the time smoking a joint. I was like, he looks at me. I'm like, well, I was like, I'm definitely not flat. I'm like, I'm kind of lumpy, but I'm like, I'm still on the couch, I guess. I'm like, I haven't got hit by a bus today, so I'm good.
As long as we're deep into cutaways. Did you see that Red Letter Media episode where they were talking about Petey Wheatstraw?
I did not.
Yeah, well, when they were talking about Petey Wheatstraw, I was thinking about you. I'm like, you're Petey Wheatstraw.
God damn it.
That's the same guy that does Dolomite. He also did another movie called Petey Wheatstraw, and it looks wonderful. I have to see this movie so bad.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, their best of the worst. Amazing. They golf video, a deer gutting video.
Oh, the one where they're exploding gophers was hilarious, man. Oh. They had to bleep all that out, but they're always joking about how they have those videos on there, and they're like they never deliver what they say they're going to deliver. This one absolutely delivers exactly what it says, and you feel kind of icky about it. But you're laughing through the whole thing. They're literally exploding animals.
Oh my god!
Yeah, they were shooting gophers with hollow point bullets.
See, I could get down on that. That's some shit like we would do out of my. No, I'm not joking, dude. Like my dad's, they live. I've sent you guys like video of like his backyard. Like that's country. Like there's 40 acres out there where we can just like.
He just has an M60 in a pillbox, like right in the backyard.
If he had an M60 in a pill, I would never leave his fucking house. I would just be out there blowing. I'd be out there blowing shit up, just like
wasting ammo all day.
Hey, he does reloads too, so it's not out of the realm of possibilities. Like I keep when I go out there and shoot the 223, I always pick up my shells because we just reload them. But it's It's fun. I that's a stress relief right there for me, man. Especially him because he's a Marine and an ex cop, so he's always yelling at me while I'm shooting to try to distract me. You gotta learn how to shoot, under adversity. Like I was like, no, it's not gonna be like you, Dad. I was like, you were in the bush.
Yeah, he's got the cap, he's got the hat on. What's up, cupcake?
Oh shit! Him and his buddy, we were doing.
Mamby Pamby.
Oh, they were both of them. His buddy was a sharpshooter in the Marine Corps during Vietnam, and they were both fucking with me the one day we were out. It was like Easter, so there's still snow on the ground, of course, and they made me run 2 laps around the house, do low rest, clear the corners, and come back. And then I had 2 targets set up 8 yards apart, and one was like, what about at 15 yards? The other was at 10, and I had to drop, and it tell me which one to shoot at and go from the low ready at each of them. It was fun. I like it. But because I'm
meanwhile back at D23.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's get back to Jar Jar. I can talk about guns basically all night, but
that's the one we gotta get Tap on so we can talk about guns.
Oh, well, I mean,
have you seen the movies I've been watching lately? I've been watching the Missing in Action series. Trust me, I want to have a whole podcast about guns. It's gonna happen. Right?
We could I was talking, I don't know if I put it on the list or not. Monica has said she can't get in the chat. She just texted me and said she can't chat or anything.
Just looking at the chat now.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody stopped. Chris,
yeah, she said, won't be around long, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, but I
still haven't received a notification from YouTube that you're live yet.
Yeah, I didn't either. I had to.
He's live. I'm watching him. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
it on my tablet.
Notifications are all over the place. So.
I know. Dave, you said you didn't get one. I did the morning show on Tuesday either.
Yep. I didn't get one.
It's like if you upload anything after noon, you're just kind of screwed.
And then the next day, it was an hour after you'd done the show when I got it.
Yeah, I don't. It's been weird. Like
chat just Sal posted. Yeah, so chat's moving again.
Okay. All right, so it is moving. All right. But yeah, the algorithms are. I don't know, but like my Joker video, I released second today, and that in 2 hours got like 35 views. So
I got 10 on mine.
It wasn't bad. The only video I've had really take off was that the one Sony Spider-Man video I did talking about the boycott. That was I think that's like 237. That's like my best video. And then they went right back to like
you put boycott in any video and it'll go viral, man. Anybody's looking for any kind of a boycott. Just people just salivate at that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but unfortunately you get sometimes you put boycott in something and you get that and you get hundreds of 2-minute views only because it's just the outrage mob looking for the name of who to boycott and then they're gone.
Yep, I was looking at all those analytics today too. But all right, so here we go. J.J. Abrams on Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, Episode 8 didn't really derail anything. All right, J.J. Abrams appeared at Disney's. Let me screen share this here. I'm a hunyak. All right, let's see.
Yeah. See, you can't derail it if it was never on the track to begin with. Wow.
That's we got cutaways on cutaways on cutaways. J.J. Abrams appeared at Disney's D23 Expo to promote the upcoming Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker film, where he revealed that Rhiannon Roundhead Johnson's The Last Dumpster Fire didn't really derail anything. Oh, that's such a canned answer.
Because it sucks.
Yeah. Abrams spoke to Entertainment Tonight Canada, where he discussed the rise of Soy Walker. He stated, the story that we are telling, the story that we started to conceive when we did The Force Awakens, was allowed to continue. Episode 8 didn't really derail anything that we were thinking about. So he's just going to skip over it. They're basically just going to skip over it.
I'm telling you, man, the first 45 minutes to an hour of the movie is just going to be undoing everything that got.
They have to.
Jedi. Yeah.
They have to.
Yeah, it'll be that opening scene with Leia, and she'll be gone.
Yep.
5 minutes. The first 5 minutes will be Leia.
And Lando's not going to get much screen time either, though.
After she flies around the sun a couple of times with the Mary Poppins theme.
And then Leia's
flies around the sun.
Abrams he's going to be introduced. He's going to be there just to introduce his daughter, so that way they can be like, "Hey, audience, care about this character." Then they're going to blow him up or something.
Yep. He'll die right into the sun.
He'll die
And
some.
then there'll be an introduction with Finn in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon with his new girlfriend. Rose Tico will be hanging out with.
Rose Tico.
At least he had the decency to get him in a different.
She'll be in the
girlfriend.
background
Yeah.
somewhere.
Unless they're still shipping this whole Finn Poe thing.
Oh,
No, Poe was probably with Tico.
they got something. The Finn and Poe shippers got pissed the other day because they rumored a relationship between was it Finn and Lando's daughter?
That's
Or-
it. Yeah, the new girl.
Yeah.
Finn
Yep.
and Lando's daughter
Yeah,
in the
so-
Millennium Falcon.
They got the Finn and Poe weirdos they got all fired up. They were pissed.
They wanted the
Finn
representation.
Poe.
They didn't get their representation.
Yep. All right, so let's see.
So
Abrams.
talk about man babies not getting their fan fiction, right?
That's it. Like they're getting mad because they're like shipping fan fiction isn't being realized in a multi-million-dollar movie production. Well, go fuck yourselves, you weirdos. Go
All
back.
I'm saying is that Finn Poe sounds like a delicious place where I could get some good steamed dumplings. You know what I mean?
You come down
nice.
to Finn Poe.
You come down to Finn Poe, you get some good pho and some steamed dumplings and some egg
Finn
rolls,
Poe is Kung Fu Panda 4.
spicy ramen. Yeah,
Yep,
Spicy ramen.
that's Japanese.
whatever.
I'm turning Japanese. Okay. Abrams had previously told Vanity Fair that he was taking a much different approach to The Rise of Skywalker than he did with The Force Awakens. Working on 9, I found myself approaching it slightly differently, which is to say that on 7, I felt beholden to Star Wars in a way that was interesting. I was doing
Return of the Jedi.
I was doing what, to the best of my ability, I felt Star Wars should be. He then detailed his approach for The Rise of Skywalker. It felt slightly more renegade. It felt slightly more like, fuck it. I'm going to do the thing that feels right because it does, not because it adheres to something. I can see J.J. Abrams saying,
Disney's motto
He
from
was
here
probably-
on out. Just
fuck
fuck
it.
it.
fuck
Do
it,
whatever.
we don't care,
Yeah.
whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's see.
As long as we got the mouse ears on it, they'll buy it. Ship it.
Yep.
Ship 1,000,000 of them. Ship them all. We're taking on a whole new world.
A whole new world for
Oh.
Disney to fuck
Oh,
up.
wow. I walked right into that. Oh.
I'll
Yeah,
serenade you.
Aladdin 12.
Aladdin 12. This time it stars a
Sprung my own
Pollock.
trap.
Yeah.
It's a trap. Of note, Abrams was not supposed to direct The Rise of Skywalker. He came on board the project back in September of 2017 after Lucasfilm parted ways with Colin Trevorrow, who was originally supposed to direct Episode 9. Abrams' comments are even more interesting given that Rhiannon Roundhead Johnson and Daisy Ridley have stated concerning the creative process on this new Star Wars trilogy. Well, Ryan Johnson's not getting a fucking Star Wars trilogy.
Meanwhile,
Trevor
Colin
was fucking
Trevorrow was
crazy.
busy murdering the Jurassic World
Yeah.
franchise.
Oh, God. Don't say that
yeah.
too loud. Monica's going to kick the shit out of us.
Oh, she likes that one?
Oh, she loves those movies, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
The newer one? Really?
Yes, the newer ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're actually making money now. In their some of those movies bombed
Hey,
in the
Monica,
US.
if you're still listening, you should watch a movie called Carnosaur. I guarantee it'll be way better than Jurassic World.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, both
I've
of them.
seen
Carnosaur. Carnosaur
Carnosaur.
1
Really
and Carnosaur
sad.
2.
You know what? You should also watch
What's really sad
Carnivore to hate
Is
yourself.
the Jurassic Park CGI is better than the Jurassic World CGI 20 years later.
Yeah. That was the one thing. Like, I like the setups and stuff on shit.
Oh.
Did somebody dip out? Did we lose somebody, or did my article just shift? Okay.
The article shifted, yeah.
Okay. My screen started moving around. I thought I got kicked off the screen here for a second.
It's got a mind of its own, baby. You can't do anything with it.
I'm telling you. The Last Jedi director Rhiannon Johnson previously described Abrams' role in The Last Jedi. He was really gracious in just stepping back and giving us a blank slate to work with. The starting point was the Force Awakens script, which is quite a big, expansive, wonderful starting point. In that way, we are drawing directly from his work.
Bullshit! The
but
movie literally ends on a cliffhanger on a fucking cliff.
But from that point forward, it was a blank canvas.
Oh.
No, Rhiannon. No.
Bullshit.
The only blank canvas is their creativity notes.
Oh my God, these people.
That was the end of the movie. It was on the edge of a cliff. It was a cliffhanger on a cliff. It was very meta. Damn it.
Oh God.
I'm sorry. I
No,
get
you're
very
fine.
emotional about these things.
No, dude, you're fine. Trust me. I understand. That's why I was. Yeah, my videos. I've been yelling more lately.
Yeah, well, it's just Star Wars news is fresh again, and these are things that drive us. So
Yep.
here we are.
Yeah, but it's fresh dumpster fire.
Yeah,
it doesn't make it any easier to take. It's something, like Star Wars. Like I talked about in my. I was like,
it's only fresh dead trout on arrival.
Yeah. All right, so let's see. Actress Daisy Ridley, who plays Rey, revealed her take on the continuity between films in a French interview. Here's what I think I know. So do you know it or not, Daisy? She's not. I like her outside of the movies. I just don't think she's too bright. J.J. Abrams wrote episode 7 as well as drafts for 8 and 9. Then Rian Johnson arrived and wrote The Last Dumpster Fire entirely. I believe there was some sort of general consensus on the main lines of the trilogy, but apart from that, every director writes and realizes his film in his own way. Rian Johnson and Jar Jar Abrams met to discuss all of this, although episode 8 is still his very own work. I believe that Rian didn't keep anything from the first draft of episode 8.
Can we break that down?
Oh, yeah.
Punch right in the face,
So a lot can be said about The Empire Strikes Back, because The Empire Strikes Back is a very different movie from A New Hope.
Yes, it is. Totally, and everything.
Empire Strikes Back takes the whole series in a direction. It sets something up.
Mm-hmm.
The Last Jedi didn't set anything up. It started something and then kind of just tied everything up in a nice, neat, convenient little bow and left you left with nothing wondering going forward. Like, oh, well, wow, I can't wait to see what happens next. That's the way these things are supposed. This whole series was based on the Flash Gordon serials. Those things were set up to have you constantly on the edge of your seat, wanting to come back to the movie theater and see how the next one happened. And the next one.
Quite literally at times.
Oy.
I can imagine Lucas just laughing because he's gotten the better end of the deal. Like I said, somebody's done the numbers. Disney have spent $20 billion to make 11.
I just believe that at some point they're going to have to sell all of this back to him for pennies on the dollar, because it's already lost. How much of its value? I mean, go ahead, Pete. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, man. And
look at Hasbro.
I absolutely understand.
Toys R Us. There are victims of Disney.
Yeah, those toys. That's the thing. I feel bad for the toys.
I don't think I can pin Toys R Us completely on Star Wars though, because like I said, I walked around Toys R Us before they closed.
Invested in on the toys.
I blame the soccer mom parents, the people that were lawsuit happy, making every toy so unbelievably overly safe that nothing's literally fun to play with anymore.
Yep.
Toys sucked. They have sucked for the last several years. They got worse and worse to the point to where kids just were not interested anymore. Make a toy that's fun, and then maybe the kid will put the tablet down and play with something else. It's not their fault. Kids like what they like. You want to make toys boring and safe, kids are going to find something else to get into.
Well, when a spinning top outsells Disney toys, you know it's a dumpster fire, okay?
Yeah,
literally spinning top, 28 spinning tops.
Because they didn't find a way to nerf it yet.
That's because it's my dreidel. I made you. Okay. I made you out of clay. Dreidel. With dreidel, I will play. All right. Shalom. No, that's funny. You're talking about that. Kids are drawn to certain things. What they're drawn to. Now, my kid has a tablet. I limit his screen time on it, right? You know what he was playing with when he was home the other day was my little green army men. I have a big container of these, like the little old school green army men, and he likes, we'll sit there and there's like 100 or so of them. We'll set them up and have a big battle, and he loves those things. It's like, but like as far as those are things that like I've had since I like.
Oh, what he would have done with GI Joes, man! Wow.
Oh, he's got vintage GI Joes, bro. He's got GI Joes,
old school GI Joes.
Yeah, yep.
With they're all arms and the kung fu grip. All right, on.
They're mostly glued together at this point, but yeah,
that's
he
fine.
does.
Yeah, that's fine.
I showed Sal a tote of the GI Joes I have that I have to repair yet. When
Many fond memories of the GI Joes.
Whoop. And we lost him. Well, he'll be back.
He'll be back, ladies and gentlemen.
Joe's for a while. I can handle that.
Yeah, I'll talk about some
being
GI
the
Joes.
representative of a toy channel. I'd be remiss in not discussing the Star Wars toys and other things.
Oh,
Well,
please
give us
do.
your take on the fact that Beyblades outsold Star Wars toys during the Force Awakens.
All right, first, Beyblades can go fuck themselves because when they came out, they used to have metal discs. I took one of those suckers to the face and never played it again.
Yeah, the first season was good, yeah.
But Star Wars in and of themselves used to just be cash cows. Like, I can remember, the One Last Time trilogy and all those super buff ones coming out. Those were, the option I had other than a couple that my dad had laying around from when he was a kid. But the toys still sold nonetheless. They talk shit about them now, but there's still a market for them. The toys that are on store shelves right now, you'll see, at my GameStop right now, they still have Rey, Snoke, all those people on like super duper clearance. And I think it was on Gary's channel, Nerdrotic, that he had an image of Snoke on clearance for 25 cents or something to that effect at Walmart, and people still aren't buying them. And this is in the middle of the current trilogy. Like, I get it. There's always peg warmers. There's always characters people don't want. However, those characters are like General Maydean, who has 5 lines or something, or it'll be some background character that you didn't know the name of until the figure came out on a card. That shouldn't be happening with
Constable Zuvio.
Yep, Zuvio.
Happening with your ostensibly big bad of the series, whom you decided to kill off willy-nilly in the middle of the trilogy. But I don't think they've learned their lesson, because as soon as Force Friday happens, we're going to see another just artery clog of new Star Wars figures, and they're still not going to sell. But time and time again, what does sell are the original trilogy characters, because in every line or every wave of these, I think they're called the Vintage Collection, the TVC.
Yeah,
they always incorporate some original trilogy character, like the one that's clogging GameStop. It's like Rey, Snoke, Kylo Ren, like a couple others, and then Hoth Trooper. I have not seen a single Hoth Trooper in a store anywhere.
No. Hey,
Nope.
Sal, I want to take it back a few minutes. Didn't Star Wars pretty much invent the whole 3 3/4 inch action figure concept?
Mm-hmm.
The concept was to be able to make vehicles and then make action figures that could interact with each other.
Sort of. Micronauts did it first.
Okay,
However, Micronauts didn't have at least that I can recall offhand, a TV show or something in the West, like in our side of the pond, that had something to connect it. But Star Wars popularized it mostly because of the oil. I think it was oil embargo or oil inflation of price went so high up. They were like, let's cut costs by making these 3 3/4 with 5 POA. But they also knew that based on the concept work they'd gotten, that Star Wars was going to be space driven. It was going to be ship driven, what have you. And they knew they were going to have to make X-Wings. They're going to have to make Millennium Falcons. So if they had gone with the size of Mego, which was the common size at the time with Mego, G.I. Joe, and all that, it would have been impossible to make an X-Wing cost efficiently to sell at mass market. So they went 3 3/4 so they can make these spaceships.
Scale it down, right.
And that just became the preferred scale for kids. It was small. It was easier to interact with.
It was awesome, man. And that's one of the things that got me into G.I. Joe was the fact that the Star Wars toys, you only got so much out from what was in the movie. They weren't really creating things that they started doing that later because they finally picked up wind that other toys were selling better and Star Wars weren't. But the fact that you could take the G.I. Joes, their vehicles, and then the Star Wars and their vehicles and mix and match them to have an even bigger universe to make stories up in was wonderful.
The first big failure when they tried to copy the play sets from
Buck Rogers did it too. Yeah.
Yep. Well, let me take 1 second here to acknowledge the chat. We got hang on, let me do my Kiwi. Let me do my Kiwi here. Right? Chris Wicks is in the chat. So
Liquid Metal Pro.
Chris, it's me. TD Taco Tuesday and me. It's me, bud. Yeah. Come on over. Yeah. Log on to the Wi-Fi. Noob Master 69 might fuck with you playing the Fortnite. It's all right. Just a bit dodgy, but don't worry. Thor's here. Not regular Thor, mighty Thor. Kevin Thor's out getting loving legumes, loving lesbians. Yeah. So come on in, bud. Yeah. And remember, I'll ruin your mythos. I'll ruin your mythos in a minute, baby. You just don't know you won't because I haven't given it to you yet. There's my Kiwi for the night. LMP's in the house. Let's see, Tap and Dies in the chat. Who else we got down there? Let's see. Is Monica still here?
Thanks for YouTube notifications. He's half an hour late.
Yeah. Yep. That explains it. That explains it. You know,
it's all right. Half an hour is all we need to get through the first cutaway. So you're just in time.
That's it. You know, we've got and I've only got I got kicked off twice here, but let me bust through this last. There's a couple little paragraphs here left in this article. We'll wrap this up.
Yeah. Just want to acknowledge Chris Wick said that retailers are pressured. I worked in the retail industry a long time ago, and that's absolutely right. Disney has the might that comes in and says, we want 3 shelves, and they get it.
And you know what?
And they still got 3 shelves, except it's in a different store. It's in a clearance store.
It's in a dollar store now, yeah.
Well, I
3
think
shelves a dollar dinner.
So, or what they should consider instead of 3 shelves is probably the 3 shells because it's shit.
Yep.
Okay, the article.
One has to imagine that Abrams believed he was done with Star Wars following The Force Awakens. He reportedly gave Johnson a blank slate to work with, and Trevorrow was supposed to pick up the pieces following The Last Jedi. Now Abrams is claiming he's continuing the story he had outlined since The Force Awakens. It's kind of hard to believe, especially if Johnson threw out the first draft of Episode 8 and didn't use any of Abrams' notes. It's possible Abrams might ignore Johnson's The Last Jedi in The Rise of Skywalker, similar to how he ignored pretty much all of Star Wars canon in The Last Jedi. Well, this article acknowledges that. Thank you. It's also possible Abrams might be trying to pay lip service to the idea that Lucasfilm and Disney had a plan altogether, despite all the statements to the contrary. What do you make of Abrams' recent comments? Do you think his story will continue the arc from The Force Awakens? Do you think it will have any connection to The Last Jedi at all? No, not really.
The only thing that I want to remind everybody is that Kathleen Kennedy said straight-faced in an interview when she was sitting there with George Lucas, the most important thing is that we protect these characters and continue in the way that George created them. Was this what you had in mind? Really?
Yeah.
No, she's a lying.
Oh my God. It just every time I'm like, you said that to people. It's on record. It's recorded. It's all over the internet. The internet never forgets. People remember. And you could not wait to kill these characters off.
No, because Lucas needed Kennedy Marshall money to make his films because he had blown it all on Skywalker Ranch. And they weren't making money anymore like they used to.
Well, that's his own damn fault. They had so many ways of making money.
Lucas
did mismanage some properties under his belt. I mean, he was good at protecting the brand, but he wasn't good at managing the properties because he mismanaged Lucas Arts into the toilet. And all he would have had to do is have Pandemic release Battlefront 3, and have it published by Lucas Arts. They would have made all their money back and then some. But they started all these projects that they never finished because George comes and says, I want to change this, this, and that. And then those things cost a lot of money to go back and just rechange everything. Those things never came out. LucasArts went bankrupt. Pandemic got bought by EA, and the rest is history.
I
hate to interrupt, but
no,
Lucas came in and literally spent $1 billion on $100 million franchise in the video game industry. You know, his porting of all his games never went anywhere. It's ridiculous. He was sitting on a cash cow, true, but he wasn't sitting on $1 billion cash cow.
I mean, on one hand, I should probably be happy because he is not afraid to take risks, which a lot of these producers nowadays just don't do. He will take risks. He will risk everything, maybe a little bit too far, but if he really wanted to make the money back, all he would have had to do is just let some of these independent studios finish their job that they had started rather than going in and changing everything around. But no, sell out to Disney. That'll be better for everybody in the long run.
I think the biggest thing was when he initially announced new Star Wars and then came out with digital mastery. I think that was the first warning sign that he was creativity bankrupt.
Well, Disney does the same thing, except they'll make a whole fucking movie remastery and call it The Lion King.
Oh,
Yeah. Dumpster.
And now they're going to do that to Lady and the Tramp.
Hakuna Matata.
Yep. Lady and the Tramp dropped yesterday, I think, the new trailer.
If you want to see a good Lady and the Tramp movie, just watch Hot Shots Part 2. All right.
Yes.
That's the best version of the best live action Lady and the Tramp you could possibly want is that movie.
I was good, and honestly, it was like I almost wanted to do a trailer reaction to Lady and the Tramp because I remember seeing that movie as a little kid, and I'm not gonna lie, man. As a little kid, I love those Disney movies. You know what I mean?
Me
like
too.
that is
I
like
have a bunch of them. Yeah.
Oh God, my mom's got the old VHS. You know the old puffy VHS cases,
the big white boxes.
Yes,
shell boxes are worth a fortune, but
my mom has like probably at least 10 of those.
Yeah, you probably got a fortune wrapped up in that.
Yeah. Well, that between that and the Beverly Hills 90210 vintage dolls she's selling, those weren't mine. They were my sister's. They didn't make Melrose Place dolls, so I would have had them. Quiet. I had Dylan and Brandon. No, but no, seriously, man. Like it's tough to see. Like, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, it ruined your childhood, you piss baby." I'm like, well, it didn't ruin my childhood seeing it remade. No, because my childhood is my memories. It's all up in here with everything else.
My childhood anymore. It's already been ruined.
Ruined.
Yeah, now you're just ruining good entertainment, good content.
About this stuff. Yeah, we have to laugh it off at this point because it's like we've been attacked so much it doesn't hurt anymore. Like we don't feel the pain anymore now.
Yeah,
that's it.
We've been kicked in the balls. They broke. The second kick doesn't hurt.
Right.
We're Fry with the gamma ray. Second time. First, ouch, my balls. Second time, ooh, that tickles.
They're already gone.
Eventually, it's going to start to feel good because we're just waiting for it at this point. Like, okay, how are you going to destroy Lady and the Tramp? Because you will. You're going to find.
Remember, the lead writers of Disney are on Twitter celebrating the fact that they're destroying bland white males.
Yeah.
And Twitter doesn't. And because Twitter doesn't say hate crime, hate crime, hate crime, oh no, it's freedom of speech when they spout hate.
Well, what I really this whole thing is was it the Aristocats? They're gonna was that the one with the Siamese cat scene in it?
That's what
Lady and the Tramp, right? Because they're gonna cut. They said that's right. They're gonna cut that out. They're done. They're gonna chop that right out.
Cats, yeah. And that was the best part. That was the best song ever.
It was actually really fun.
We are straight white male cats, if you please. It doesn't rhyme, but it doesn't matter because if they make it, we're supposed to like it.
It'll be like hetero, cisgender white male cats, something like that,
It's cultural appropriations, but not when we have. It's not cultural appropriations when we have a black Calypso, when Calypso is clearly a Greek goddess, right? Or god, and she's white as fuck with red hair. Oh no, we can't have Calypso white, but we can have we have to have her black, but no, we can't have Siamese cats.
Aren't now a lot of the Eternals characters? They're kind of race flipping too, I believe.
I think there's only one that has stayed their correct race and/or gender.
That's Shang-Chi. They can't replace a Mongol warrior with anything else.
Yeah. Well, they said that I was listening to.
Suck, and I don't care.
What, Shang-Chi?
Yeah.
I don't need Shang-Chi. I got Big Trouble in Little China.
Exactly. Whose video was they were talking about Shang-Chi Day and Stan Lee, and maybe it was like a Looper video or something, but the Shang-Chi character, they tried to make it into a movie back in the day when Bruce Lee was still alive, and it was actually supposed to be like they wanted to be
it gives me goosebumps just thinking about
it. You sure it's not Brandon?
Or was it no because the comic came out a long time ago and Stan Lee wanted to make it into a movie in the 70s.
That's right. There's a picture of Bruce Lee and Stan Lee together.
It was a Looper video. They were talking about all these facts about Shang-Chi and stuff like that.
They already made the movie. It's at Area 51.
Bruce Lee, Shang-Chi.
Yeah. It's the one that never got released. In fact, they killed him just to keep the secret.
That was that.
And then they talked about having Brandon Lee do it. They were going to revitalize it with Brandon Lee, and then they killed Brandon Lee too.
Brandon Lee was awesome in The Crow. Just saying.
Yes, you're not going to get any argument out of me on that.
It was a good group. It was a great movie.
Now the first Crow. That's
it.
The first Crow.
Oh, they made more movies?
Yeah, exactly. Yes,
no, they didn't. They were fan fiction.
Sci-Fi Channel made.
I just thought those were music videos. I didn't know those were
37 Crow fan fiction movies.
They finally get Iggy Pop to show up in a Crow video, and he couldn't even be in the right one. Idiot.
Iggy Pop, is he still alive?
Unfortunately, yep.
Yeah.
That old saddlebag is still carrying on, man.
Him, and Keith Richards are going to outlive everybody else on Earth.
Yep, just both those guys and a couple of cockroaches
and Twinkies.
They're animated by two things.
No, snowballs,
Twinkies, and fueled by cocaine.
I was going to say the second one is definitely cocaine for both of those guys, especially Keith Richards. He was the one that reportedly snorted his dad's ashes. So, I mean, this is he said it was his wish for him, his dad's wish or something. Did you guys hear about that? It was like
he snorted his ashes off Ozzy Osbourne's ass while he was biting a bat on stage, right?
That would not surprise me at all.
Okay.
But no, he literally said he snorted his dad's ashes. So
you're right, Liquid Metal Pro. Bring back the Mongols and have them raid Kathleen Kennedy. That's exactly right.
And you know who Kathleen?
In fact, you know what? After you take everything out of Area 51, put Kathleen Kennedy into Area 51, and then lock it back up again on the way out.
That's it. That's where they've locked away all the good movies. That's where
if Johnson and Kennedy want to be president again, just put them two in Area 51 and let them rule it right into the ground if they want to.
Okay, let's see. It says a stinking picture loads here. I'm gonna screen share this picture with you guys. If it doesn't,
better not be porn.
it is not porn.
He's doing stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Brace yourself.
Yeah.
Hold on tight.
I'm trying to
get ready to look away any minute now. Get ready to look away.
Yep.
It's probably feet. Is it dirty feet, Pete?
God damn it! No, it's not dirty feet. It is not dirty feet.
Petey Wheatstraw and his dirty feet, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, I'm not the one that's always picking these movies with dirty feet in them, bud.
I don't do it on purpose. I swear.
It just ends up that way. Here we go. If we go into the shit abyss, there it is, right
I'm
there.
just drawn that way.
Can you guys?
There we go.
There it is.
Leave
that up for a minute. That is from Mr. Salvador. He sent me that, and I figured I would share that.
Speaking of Spider-Man, have you seen the Hishi? How it should have ended.
I bet you nepotism is his favorite flavor of ice cream.
Probably.
J.J. Abrams. It should have been Jonah Jameson.
J. Jonah Jameson. I couldn't.
Jameson.
Yeah, I couldn't take him seriously with that dick nose flopping around.
Yeah.
I couldn't. Like
I said, it couldn't take. But it was a disc. You know, it was pretty a discount end to the original.
I think J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson is some of the most legendary casting ever in anything.
But not from Far From Home. That was a discount.
Oh well, I didn't see that, so I don't really care.
You're not missing anything by
That's what I heard.
Far From Home.
I think I'd rather watch them old 70s cartoons.
They're better. And the memes from the 70s cartoons are better too.
I've made some of those myself.
Oh, dude, those are the best ones.
The Japanese one where he's got the. Have you seen the Japanese one from the Japanese Spider-Man where he's coming out of the ceiling and he's in the ladies' locker room?
No.
That's one for LMP. If you can find it.
LMP. He'd be in. He's what Spider-Man wants some live action hentai or something. Is that what he's trying to do?
Yeah, he says, "Hey, I'm the hentai guy here. Quick stealing my shtick." You have a shtick?
Because of that movie,
no, it's not a porno. It's not a hentai. It's just
which one? Which one do we get Transformers? I'm sorry.
In the vent of a yoga class.
No, so in a deal, they I forget what company had the rights, but they briefly traded. I think it was actually Hasbro. Briefly traded like a licensing right and gave Japan rights to make like Spider-Man movies or Spider-Man something, and trade for the Transformers.
Ugh.
And that's how we ended up with the Transformers in the 80s.
Ugh. Okay, cool. Well, at least I was gonna say at least something good came out of it because the Transformers in the '80s were awesome.
Yeah, those were
Some of the best toys ever had.
yes. And I wish I see my family. I couldn't afford no Transformers. I had GoBots. I had the Transformers broken. I had the Transformers broke ass cousins. I got the GoBots.
Hey, you know what? At least I'll say this. At least the GoBots and their cartoon looked like the toys.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the toy Transformers, while they were fun, I played with the remnants and the broken parts of my older brother's Transformers. Looked nothing like their TV counterparts.
Dude, I would legit sell my soul at this point for another Jetfire Transformer. The original run, I think it was just was that Generation 2? Yeah, Generation 2. Oh god, he was so cool. You can't get one like that anymore because it looked so much like Macross that I think they sued and won. So if you get a Jetfire now, they gotta like change his head around and everything. It's just retarded looking.
I looked up today. I went to my local Walmart and I picked up. My knowledge of Transformers begins and ends with a handful of names, but I think they're redoing like a vintage line.
They equivalent. Are. I have one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I picked up Soundwave today.
Yeah, they got Soundwave. They got Optimus Prime, and I think if you look around enough, they've got the original Devastator, which I'm not a huge fan of because I wanted Devastator really bad until I got it and realized how fragile that thing is. It falls apart if you just blink too fast.
Right. And I also pulled the trigger on I think it was the 4 other cassette tapes, which, by the way, $20.
Yeah, they sell the cassettes separately, which is awesome.
Yeah, but they sell them 2 to a carton. It's $20 for 2.
Yeah, well, they can. They're just doing it because they can get away with it.
Oh, for Soundwave?
They come in for Soundwave. They're in the sealed box. There's actually a Q code on the back for the Transformers game. You buy the Transformer and you can actually add your Transformer to the game. They're definitely it's a tie-in with the entire franchise. It's not an independent thing.
That's kind of neat, though.
Yeah,
that's
the same with my son's also now got some of the collectibles from Fortnite. They also have the barcodes on them where you can scan the barcodes and they add stuff to your Fortnite game.
Those Fortnite figures are the new G.I. Joe right now.
I was going to say.
Some of those?
Dude, those things
are exactly like the Joes, man.
There's some of those things that are fucking cool. I was like.
One of them straight up looks like Firefly. Straight up looked exactly
Oh my God,
like
dude,
Firefly.
you're killing me with these old G.I. Joe references.
I can't help it. I love those things.
He look like Firefly. There's one that he has like a bomber jacket and like a yellow head or something.
Yes.
That if he did some slight modification and some painting, he'd look a lot like Beachhead.
Some of them are already doing that because I belong to a bunch of G.I. Joe forums on Facebook groups where they're already going out and buying these things and repainting them into G.I. Joes. I'm like, this is great. This is great. G.I. Joes are back and we don't even know it. We don't even realize it.
Yeah,
here's the thing. I commented Retro
there was a lot of
had
political correctness to G.I. Joe. And Liquid Metal Pro was saying, I missed that. Yeah, it's true. There was something about G.I. Joe that definitely stuck it to people's face, not just the patriotism.
Oh, man. That cartoon was great.
So what was Retro Blasting saying now?
Retro Blasting, they were having a live stream a few weekends ago, and I had this idea that I'm trying to pitch to Hasbro, but anytime it's in their terms of agreement or whatever, they say, don't pitch us ideas on toy lines we already own or some crap like that. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll just take my shit to the bank then. And my idea for them, because I don't know about you, but I've been craving them to relaunch the line in a 6-inch scale because that's like the popular.
There's a lot of people been asking for those, yeah.
Here's my idea, right? So they relaunched the line, 6-inch scale with the Marvel Legend or Power Ranger articulation and all that. But instead of doing this Build-A-Figure gimmick that they've been doing, recast and distribute the 3 3/4 figure package. Like if you get 6-inch Destro, you get the 3 3/4 Destro with him.
Yes.
And that way you can, reflesh or army build or do whatever. And I think that would sell like fucking, I don't know.
God.
Yeah, like ice water. Your shelf toy and your play toy.
Yep.
Exactly. But they'll never do that because that's what dreams are made of, and Hasbro.
Right. They did that with the 25th anniversary line. Was pretty amazing, and I grabbed a bunch of those when those came out because I only got like one of my old Joes anymore. I got Gung Ho in the Dress Blue's outfit. That's the only one I got left.
I've got his.
I can't remember where it was, but Hasbro was complaining about Disney not giving them enough lead time on the toys. So, but last time they leaked the toys because they have the toy fair before they.
Yeah, fuck them. Do you see any shelf space for any new Star Wars toys anywhere at your local
No,
Walmart?
I haven't seen
nothing.
any.
Not even so much as a spot for them.
Nope. They're at my local Walmart. Like normally they have like a sliver or there's like sections of shelves. They've been delegated to the bottom shelf below Nerf. And it's like what's left. It's like a couple
Skid Row of toy lines.
That is that's where we are now. We're under Nerf.
We're on the island of misfit toys.
We reach up to tickle Star Wars toys.
Oh shit!
What we should be seeing is like a bunch of like all the cool stuff. It should be so extreme with the merchandise that we should have like a Tickle Me Chewbacca or something on the fucking shelf.
I remember laughing. I walked into Best Buy and they had a big stand out front with some Star Wars stuff on it. It was a giant picture of Kylo Ren. I'm like, oh look, Darth Emo.
Yeah, exactly.
Without his helmet, he's just got that stupid look on his face, like, "Mommy, I'm eating pizza tonight." Yeah.
He's
not a phase, Mom.
He's the kid from Grandma's Boy.
Yeah,
he is the kid from Grandma's Boy, dude. Like all day.
The kid from Grandma's Boy was more menacing than Darth Emo.
I was gonna say, isn't he though? Isn't he?
He was by far the biggest disappointment of the Force Awakens for me. It's like I want to like this guy, but he just feels so generic. He takes the mask off. I'm like, oh wow.
Yeah, that was it too.
They're not even trying anymore. Like, holy shit, these characters are generic.
Yep,
the stormtroopers were cooler than them.
I bought. I like I said, and I've told you guys this before. I bought a lot of the Last Jedi figures, and they came out just thinking, I'm like, well, it might be they might be worth something, whatever. So I bought them. This is before I even saw the movie. And because they were out, when I saw the movie, I'm like, oh, fuck me.
Don't you hate that? I went through that with the Phantom Menace. I went out to Force Friday or where the hell they call it now. When the Phantom Menace came out, I went to Toys R Us for their midnight sale, bought a whole basket full of these things. I'm like, oh, man, I can't wait to see the movie. I'm like, oh, well, that character really went nowhere at all. And get it for like 3 seconds.
Oh, shit. I went out and bought Chancellor. I just bought Chancellor Valorum and
right? You would have thought somebody, a big actor like that, would have had bigger parts. No, not so much. And I think what killed me the most was the Nemoidian, the Newt Gunray, and wow, they started talking. I'm like, oh, they really shouldn't have used that voice. They should have done anything different.
Why did they all sound Asian? I'm like what
really? I'm like, what is wrong with you, GL?
Oh my god,
dude. Racist.
Hey, sir, I think they
went up two of them.
They went up the ventilation shaft.
Chris, right. Have you ever seen a Star Wars toy commercial in the last 6 months?
No, I haven't.
But then again, I don't watch most TV, so
yeah. No, but I mean, we'd see him on YouTube. We'd see, I think. Leading up to the Fast Awakens, even they had a longer run than the last Dumpster Fire. But even the last Dumpster Fire, we saw the toy commercials before the movie.
They made toys for Solo, but they're not making toys for the last Star Wars movie supposedly in the franchise. What does that mean, man?
I'm gonna do some videos on Saturday. When I go out, because like I said, I'm here by myself all weekend, and during the day I'll have a lot of spare time. So I'm going to go out to, there's like a little bodega here, and there's a couple of wholesale shops, and then there's a vintage shop, and there's Walmart. So what I'm going to do is in Walmart, and me and my son, when they're shopping, because I bought him a little, now it's a transformer, but they don't transform. It's like a little, it's molded, the arms head.
Right. I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, Sal?
Yeah, the ones they're loose. They have like a tag around their arm or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I bought, the only one I have to get is what is it? The purple one. Shit, I can't remember his name. Yeah, Shockwave. I got to get Shockwave because I just bought Starscream, and we were looking at because they had all the tags, and I used to work retail, so I know like okay, they're getting ready to redo their floor plan. So and the shelf, the shelf system. So I'm looking, I'm like, I don't see any Star Wars at all. Like
that is so awesome that you can
nothing.
collect toys with your son like that. My dad just never got into any of that shit. My mom was into it more than
Yeah, my
dad.
mom was too, man. My dad was, like I said, my dad was he was always gone working. You know, he moved out of his house at 14, so it was like he never got
my
attached
mom
to any of
kept
that
track
stuff.
of what
I had-
figures. She
I had
always knew
my
what
mom-
figures I had and which
Yep.
ones I was looking for, and she
That's-
always knew what to find. Yeah,
My mom
Yeah,
still
I
buys
had
me
my
action
mom-
figures.
Sorry.
nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, I had my mum, my dad, and my grandma buying me Legos. That was about it. But my dad used to take me to this Hornsby, north of Sydney. They had this big train place. They had 9mm trains, the scale, everything. That's what Star Wars should have done. They should have picked a scale and did everything in it. And they could have had the whole table, a whole store by now. That shows you how bad The Fast Awakens really is the fact that Disney could not launch an entire toy series. Because they launched one off Mickey Mouse.
Yep. See, that's the thing with them. They're I don't even know what they're trying to do with this. They're almost bipolar with their approach to Star Wars. Oh, we're gonna slow down on Star Wars, but here's Disney Plus, and here's more Star Wars content. But here's Ryan Johnson getting another trilogy, and here's Benioff and Weiss trilogy. Oh, Ryan's not getting his trilogy now. You know, they don't know what they want to do with the cinematic side, let alone the
Look at it,
It's
toys.
like we've said 100
Why-
times. If
like
there's any
this,
truth to
why-
this rumor that they made all these stupid decisions in order to sell toys, then that makes sense. But you didn't make any good toys either. So not only did you not make a good movie, you didn't make any good toys. Everything just backfired on you. It's like I keep telling people. They keep thinking, people that come after me on my channel, they think that I should blindly follow these things because of the Star Wars logo. And I'm trying to say that other than that logo, it's not Star Wars. It doesn't even feel like Star Wars. It doesn't represent Star Wars. They don't even get how it works. As if it worked, these things would be selling, even moderately.
They need to sit down and watch the Red Letter Media video on The Force Awakens. And
you know,
actually,
Attack of the
that's
Clones
what-
wasn't a fantastic movie, but their toys fucking sold because their toys were cool.
Anything to do with the Republic Army and the clones,
Yes.
the planes, the tanks, dude.
Those little attack dogs and those things were fucking awesome, man. I had to have those things and all those creatures from the arena. I mean, that movie sold toys.
You know what?
Big time. The gunship, all that stuff.
I'm dying because I want to buy one of those gunships so bad.
Yeah.
What do you got in The Last Jedi? You got the big giant elephant walkers that you have to put basically what would be a down payment on a car to buy one of those things.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
That's it. There's nothing else.
Nope.
If Disney were as serious as toys as they claim to be, there'd be a Disney shop. There would be 3 floors. There'd be a floor full of Marvel. There'd be a floor full of Star Wars, and all to scale, wall to wall Star Wars from episode 1 through to 9, and there would be a floor full of Disney plushes.
Dude,
and they
did
would
they
be 24/7.
Did they make toys out of the bombers from The Last Jedi?
Oh God, I hope not. They probably fell apart.
No, I'm talking about they were serious,
They-
and they did Star Wars justice. Even those crappy toys would have sold because
fly slowly into this giant ship and drop bombs in space. Kids love these things. They'll just all line up for them.
They did make bombers.
Was so popular.
They did make bomber toys for that movie, except they all blew up and got to the stores.
Blew up in the factory.
I was gonna say those things. You kids can't even play with them because as soon as a little kid touches it, it's gonna fall apart. I mean,
everything in this movie falls apart. The stupid rocket sleds that they're flying through the salt
story.
the story.
That story.
The characters. Yeah.
Snoke.
So, that story was
Remember how cool we thought it was that Benicio del Toro had his own action figure?
okay. Yeah, I bought that fucking action figure. Now my kid, he takes
They
DJ.
show the picture of him in the fucking Imperial uniform. You're like,
Yep.
oh wow, he's a bad guy. No,
Yep.
he's just in a costume.
Nope, he's a gibbering idiot they meet on a fucking casino planet when they're out to save space horsies.
And
And
not the
his motto is don't join.
They didn't even make toys out of the space
Should have
horses.
been new joints.
I
We could
know.
have bought a bunch of them and sent them to Dion from Bullshitters.
I have this isn't. I have plastic horses I've been setting aside. I'm gonna send.
Horses.
He's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be like the Godfather.
I'm
have them
gonna
sent
send.
to him, and then
I'm-
just put it under his blanket at night.
I am Jeff. I'm gonna be like, I'm sending a package when I have all of them in this box. I am Jeff. I'm gonna tell him I'm sending a box, for Dion. This is just for him. So don't open this one. And it'll just be, it's a box of fucking like toy plastic horses.
Pack it in a case of Heinz horseradish too, just to be funny.
Yeah. That's right. WWE action figures used to be awesome. Hasbro, everything Hasbro, not just Star Wars, everything Hasbro is flimsy as fuck.
I've got the old LJN. I've got 3 of them. I had Junkyard Dog, and I sold them to somebody down in Georgia. The old LJN rubber WWF figures. I still have Hillbilly Jim, Hulk Hogan, and Macho Man. And on my wall in the office is the old LJN 1984 WWF ring. I'm going to reorder the ropes and turnbuckles because these are really beat up because I've had this since I was a kid. And but I've pretty much sold all my wrestling figures except for and I had a bunch of those what were they? The Remco AWA figures.
Horses.
From like 1984. I sold those. I had I sold 12 of those plus the entire first run of the 91 WWF figures that were LJN, the smaller scale ones, to somebody actually in Australia. I've sold more toys to people in Australia than through
we don't get them. We get it. We get like this much out of the whole range,
Yeah, I had this like I had the 4 or 5.
It sounds like you got pretty good access to Beyblades though, where you're at.
Oh, because it's such a small range. It sits on one shelf.
Oh,
Boom.
okay.
I have no idea what that even is.
Beyblades, they're the spinning tops.
It's
okay.
they're tops that kids collect. They collect tops and
And they outsell Disney toys.
because it's the only toy that does anything. Just spin a top. That's what toys have come to. Tops are the hot selling thing.
Spinning tops that can explode.
Even fucking frisbees are too dangerous now.
What about those old metal lawn darts?
Oh man, I had some of those when I was growing up. My grandpa had some of those jarts. Yeah, jarts.
I still have a set. I found them in the garage at Dad's house. I looked at my wife. I'm like, hey, me have teach the boy how to throw these. She's like, oh God. I was like, nah, never mind. I'll get fucking stabbed.
Those you could probably sell for a fortune.
Oh, I've got the old red and yellow ones, man. Was there 4 of them or something like that? They're all out there.
Colonial, no. You want the old Colonial Viper, but with the shooting dart out the red missile out the front.
I miss when toy guns actually look like.
It's a wonder us kids even grew up. All those guns that we had that shot caps and BBs and pellets and everything. So wonder we all didn't just die of toy.
I kept hearing about kids that supposedly blew their thumbs off.
It's called being a parent and telling your kid not to be an asshole with his toys.
Yes.
Long, thin sticks. They were almost like dynamite. You light them up and go. 5.
I'm telling you, man, all the crazy moms and their Sue Happy hijinks ruined all the toys for everybody. Nobody can have any good time with the toys anymore.
The thing is, you find out decades later that there was only a few kids who had their thumbs blown off, holding them.
Oh, everything's blown completely out of proportion, dude. Most people just want to get a quick buck from this lawsuit.
Yeah. But most of the time, it was a few hand burns and maybe an eye.
It's all them damn soccer moms. They're the ones that killed the toy industry. They're the ones that killed Jeffrey, the giraffe.
Not really. It was the jury saying, "Oh, we'll pay your 65,000 medical fees and $100 billion in damage."
It's still the soccer mom that made it a case in the first place.
Karen. It was the Karen.
It was all the Karens. Can I speak to your manager that killed all the toys for all the kids?
Yep.
Everything. All of them. Remember back when we had that hijinks over laying the slave outfit? Like we couldn't sell that figure because it was objectifying women or some shit like that.
Yeah. Fem Nazis. Whoops, there goes your channel.
What's that?
I said the wrong word. Sorry.
Oh.
A feminist.
Oh shit! Wait, what did Goober Brothers Entertainment? 80s butts and mom jeans.
Yep. 80s butts and mom jeans killed the toys for everybody. Yep. It's not the tablets. It's not technology. Kids just went to that because everything else sucks.
Yep.
Kids will find a way. All right.
They must have had stocks in Apple. That's the big conspiracy.
There's videos on YouTube that show you how to dig your own swimming pool. Kids are doing that.
Oh, are they still flipping water bottles? I was like, I don't understand half these things that these kids do now. But no, there's no good toys now, really. Like you said, like there's very few, like the Fortnite figures. I was looking at those last week going, and I don't play Fortnite. Like I said, I've got a PS2 and an N64. I'm like, I'm
politically incorrect. They've got.
I don't either. I played that game once and I died in 15 minutes. I'm like, nope.
I mean, the newest game I think I've played was I don't know. There's this fucking it's an arena. You play with like cars and shit. It's almost like soccer or something.
Oh, you're talking about God, I'll think of the name of it in a second.
I don't know. I was over my buddy's house.
Rocket League.
Yeah. Yep. On what is it on Xbox?
It's on everything. It's on everything.
Okay.
Xbox, Switch, PS4, everybody, PC. Yeah, that's a pretty big game. Yeah. Also, a free to play model, and then you can just buy the cars.
Yep, that's what we were. That's where he had it on his. So we were just having a few beers and checking that out, and I was like, it's not a bad game. I don't want. I would rather spend my money on like other stuff than a gaming console. When I don't.
Me too, dude. Right now it's the movies while I can still get them because those movies are gonna be gone in about a year. I'm trying to grab as many of them as I can before they're gone. That's where all my spare money's going right now. Movies.
I just got a notification that you uploaded a video 3 hours ago.
Who, Adam?
Yeah, Adam. Yeah, I just got your notification.
They're
good, outstanding. YouTube.
Awesome. I think they're on point.
So that means I don't have to do any videos tomorrow because people will be catching up on everything all day long.
Yeah, that's it. Far out.
Go gadget algorithm.
I did a video on that. And I'm just waiting for somebody on the comments to figure it out that the Karen. Figure it out. If they're manipulating the algorithm to put us a Indian movie with 17 views in 20th place, to put Star Wars with 13 million views in first place, what does that mean for their channels? They haven't figured it out.
I'm telling you, just keep making Star Wars videos. They'll get out there.
That's what I'm gonna do tomorrow.
That's the Brie Larson of right now, man. It's just anything Star Wars, anything.
Oh, Brie
Larson. You have to put any effort into it. I just did a trailer reaction. I had so many views on it. I'm like, really? People actually want to know what I think of this movie? And then they come on your channel and just say, well, you're wrong because you like this.
That's just like your opinion, man.
Yeah.
Right.
The dude abides.
The guy was arguing with me. He says, so you don't want to see the movie, but you'll still do a trailer reaction. I'm like, damn right I will, because I don't have to pay anything for the trailer. I'm not going to spend money to go see the movie.
Right.
People that comment, you're supposed to judge whether you want to see the video based on the trailer.
Well, that's the way it used to work. Not anymore. Now it's like a package deal.
Trailers nowadays will be like 2.5 minutes long and tell you absolutely nothing about the movie itself. We lost Dave. There we go.
Hang on. There we go. He's back.
I'm back. I don't know what happened. I went to change the tab.
Dingoes came for him.
What was that, Sal?
The dingoes came for him.
Dingoes and spiders.
You went back into the Matrix?
I wasn't going to bring up the S word on the
Hey, as long as one doesn't crawl across the screen.
Yeah, it's curtains if one of those crawls across screen.
We see one.
I'm done. I know. Yeah, not happening. Nope, not on my watch.
Not 6 months ago, I had the place sprayed. they're all died. Everything died. I swept them all out. Haven't seen anything since.
Why does it sound like the plot of a horror movie?
It does. 6 months ago, he fumigated, here bug bombed the house. Now the spiders are back and they're pissed.
Yeah,
Join
the guy
us.
that bug bombed the house, like literally put some mutagen in the fucking. Oh, there's our movie tonight. There's our movie, Pete.
Yep.
Hey, man. Hey, I was trying to build my house under the couch. What'd you do that for?
It's mutant spiders from Australia.
Yeah, mutant spiders from Australia. Instead of spraying the house for bugs, they spray mutagen
Well-
to make everything twice as big.
Until recently, Australia used to have the record for having the worst movie ever made. That was The Cars That Ate Paris.
Worse than The Room?
No,
That's
The Room
not
took it
possible.
off us.
Although I watched Batman and Robin, I thought it was glorious. Not for the reasons that I probably should have liked it for, but damn it, that movie was glorious.
It's because it was so bad.
Oh my god! I'd never seen it all the way through, and then I decided to stick it out, and I'm like, it's so bad, it's almost charming.
Oh, I feel so.
I treated that movie as it was. I thought it was a great comedy.
It is a great comedy for sure.
I can't. I don't know how the hell we're all going to sit through Unicorn Store, but
You're still doing that? We're still
Right.
doing that?
we are doing that, dude.
Okay.
Patience.
What day is that going to be?
We're gonna get together and figure it out in the chat because I want to make it probably within the next, I'd say 2.5 weeks. We'll do it, something like that. Probably within the next couple weeks. Do it on a Saturday. I'm not going to do anything next Saturday because I've got Adams this weekend. Next weekend is, I think, my wedding anniversary. I'm not sure though, but I have to look at the calendar. Is that
Please
bad?
don't prioritize watching Alita with me over your wedding anniversary.
No. My wedding
I'll never
anniversary.
hear the end of it.
No, that's in September.
Okay.
I was like,
Ooh.
I said within
Ooh.
the next couple of weeks. I said, okay, so let's see here. We got
Excuse me for a moment.
yeah, you're fine, Dave. Let's see. We got I got 2.5 weeks till my wedding anniversary, and it's like what my 9th or 10th one, so we won't be doing anything. We won't. We won't be doing anything. So
So we done talking about Jar Jar and his mystery box bullshit?
Yeah, no more Jar Jar.
Good.
No more Jar Jar. Now we get to talk about something much more pleasant, which is
Good. Bring me down from that. Oh man, I hate talking about Star Wars anymore. I hate it. I used to love it. Now I hate it.
It sucks to have to.
I used to be able to talk Star Wars to people for hours, man. And now I'm just like, I don't want to do this. I've said all these things so many times. I don't want to say it again. Hurts.
I know. I know, man. Trust me. I'm more sympathetic to that plight. I could not be. It is.
It's like turning your back on an old best friend. You just don't want to even talk about it. Yep. Oh, God.
That's the worst part about it, man. All right, so we got this article here. Miss Marvel showrunner Bisha K. Ali deletes controversial tweets. This is just another in the long line of Marvel employees that they just embolden to go out and shit on the fans. Oh wait, Chris Wick's birthday is in September. Chris Wicks, what day is your birthday on? What day is your birthday?
October 31st.
Is that what yours is, Adam?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I was like, I didn't think.
No, I'm an Aries, man.
I was gonna say you're the same sign as me.
Mine's in April, bro.
Mine's the 19th April. What day was yours?
11th.
Okay, so yeah, you're right. You're right there.
Yeah, so we really are brothers from another mother.
We basically, between me and you and me and Loudy, me and Loudy talk all the time, and it's it's scary how similar.
If all three of us went to an amusement park, especially like a Disney amusement park, I wonder how long it would take us to get kicked out.
We would be, oh Jesus, dude, we would be thrown out in
By the way, Goober Brothers, we're not getting kicked out of Universal. That's not my plan anyway. If it was Disney, I would actually try to get kicked out. But Universal, I can actually have a good time.
Make sure it's Orlando for wearing a Leia costume.
Yeah, we're going to Orlando.
Okay, wait. Oh, okay. So Chris Wick's birthday is September 19th. All right. So I'm writing that down, Chris. Let's see, Chris Wicks.
You've got the delay. You ask him a question, and you've got to wait at least 30 seconds for him to hear it.
Yeah, there we go. So we got that. I got it marked down.
So Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel. All right, yeah. So Bisha K. Ali, she deleted a bunch of tweets. Now this website, The World's Greatest Detective, this screams to me, are these people related to Gossip Cop?
Gossip Cop.
Gossip
All
Cop.
over.
Gossip Cop.
Mark Winchell, original gossip columnist.
Oh, all right. So this
With a name
past
like Bisha K. Ali, there's some speaking to the manager that's going to be going on.
Oh,
Just
this
saying.
dude. Okay, I'm gonna screen share this because it shows her tweets, and it doesn't show the tweets. It shows the number of tweets and when she deleted them. If you go to Google and search her tweets, I guess you can still see them.
Google started to purge.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
Okay, so they took
people are complaining that Google's purging the Wayback Now.
Better or worse than James Gunn's evil tweets?
These were different, I would say. I mean, they were racist, but they weren't like pedophile by nature, like Guns. So I mean, it was just a different kind of cringe bad. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Cringe is cringe.
It is. It's all cringe. This past weekend at the D23 Expo saw a Miss Marvel series announced for Disney Plus, which will have Bisha K. Ali serving as showrunner. But the announcement doesn't come without controversy. Following the footsteps of James Gunn, Rian Johnson, and others, Bisha K. Ali has deleted thousands of tweets of her own. Douglas Ernst, a writer for the Washington Times, points out that Bisha K. Ali has deleted upwards of 5,000 tweets, with her Twitter account now being in protected mode, which means only approved followers can follow her Twitter account. So, yeah.
She must have done some horrible shit, son.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, can you guys see it shows the Twitter activity?
Yeah. Delete all tweets. Boom.
Yeah. Do you see like how many she deleted here? It's spiked.
Huge block. Yeah.
Yep. And then.
This is why I don't do Twitter.
It looks like she's done two. She's done one She's done where she's started to delete singles. Starts to go up, and then she's gone. Fuck it. I'll just delete them. I'll use this block delete and delete everything for over 28 days old.
Yep. I mean, but look at how much.
At this point, why not just delete your tweeter and peace out? Or is her blue check mark that important to her?
Oh, that blue check
mark that gets you with the in crowd.
Yep, that blue check mark is everything to those people. Yeah, like I have,
tiara.
That's the new silver spoon. Gotcha.
That's it. And there's only I've got, I think the show account for the podcast has like maybe 48 or 50 followers, and my personal account has like 70. But the only thing I ever do is tweet videos and the podcast.
Same
links.
Here, dude. It's all I do is post links to my stuff. That's all I use Twitter for. I don't get involved in the controversy. I don't.
Yep.
If somebody messages me something, you'll notice I'll get back to them like about a week or two later.
Mm-hmm.
I'm that slow with it because I usually just post a link to my video and then that's it. That's all I'm done with. I'm done with it. I'm out.
Yep, because I tag
really look at comments after I tweet because somebody's going to say something and they don't care.
I don't need to worry about that because we got Bounding into Comics and Bleeding Fool News to keep us up to date with all that shit. I don't have to follow these idiots on Twitter.
No,
I've got the rest of media to cover whatever dumb shit they're saying.
Yep. Let's see here.
Yeah, I did a video today on dumb shit reactions on YouTube.
That's news now. Oh, Brie Larson made a tweet today. She's geeking out at Star Wars. Oh boy. Wow.
Yeah. And all of a sudden,
Gotham Cop, pull over.
And all of a sudden, she was going to be in Star Wars because she was at Star Wars Land wearing a fucking Jedi robe.
It's not new, deleting in new. Daisy Ridley did it too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She just left social media
because she's cosplaying and she's so fucking out there. She can't tell the difference between cosplaying and actually being in a movie.
That's
it comes off the same way.
Daisy was posing on Instagram in her costume. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
She had to delete all that and then say,
"No, I didn't have Instagram."
She deleted hers and says, "Oh, it was the toxic fans." No, it was you breaking your contract.
Yep.
The toxic fans, the ones that spent all the money on our stuff. Where did they go?
And that's the worst part about it too, is like you keep blaming us and you keep calling us names, you keep talking shit to us, and now you're trying to fucking member bury us back into the fucking
Oh
fold.
God,
Dude,
yeah, so
fuck.
bad.
I'm sorry, man. That's two middle fingers up in the air right there.
Yep, that's it.
No, that's a full,
Can't do it.
that's a
Can't
full-
happen.
That's a full arm for Tico.
They can just fist
They
themselves.
say that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Well, we're not insane. Sorry.
That's like going back to an ex that you've broke up with
Yeah.
2 or 3 times already.
It's like, well, was the sex worth it? Was it worth all the other crazy shit we went through?
If the sexes melt your
Yeah.
face, if the sexes melt your face good, then it's like you might you might try it one time, then it's like and then all the other shit just comes right back and you're like, okay, no, never mind, I remembered why I left.
Yep.
And that's it, man.
Ellie,
Next thing you know,
Ellie,
you're stuck in Nick for crack money.
wasn't she in an Aladdin movie? Alley of Snack Bar.
Oh, let's see. I want to talk about how Miss Ali, the showrunner for the Miss Marvel.
Wait. Can I say it? What's her name again? Say it. Bisha K Ali, mighty is the Alia Bagua. All right. Sorry. Now that I got that out of my system, you can continue.
Yeah, she was in that movie for sure. She was a bagel.
Oh,
All right. I gotta hop off of here. Work starts for me in about 6 hours.
All right, man. Hey,
Sal.
well, hey,
Keep up, man.
thank you for coming on tonight. Thank you, Sal. Hail Salvador. Chat, give a big thank you to Salvador for joining us tonight. And
don't ever stop with the toy speak because I love it.
Absolutely, dude. Keep your toy videos up, Sal. Thank you.
Good work.
Thank you, guys. See ya.
See ya.
See ya.
All right, let's see here.
Snack bar.
Snack bar. Is it let's all go to the lobby? Let's all go to the all right, and get ourselves. I'm hungry. Somebody had to say it. Monica's not here to complain about being hungry tonight, so I'm gonna complain about being hungry. I want to
You
talk.
can't even get into the chat. Now that sucks.
What's that?
Yeah, it sucks that you can't even get into the chat.
I know. She was like, I don't know why either.
McDonald's Wi-Fi is no joke, man.
Oh yeah, they cut you off. They cut you off quick these days. Yeah.
You can't even sit there and watch porn. They get all sensitive about it. I want to talk about how the Miss Marvel showrunner, or the Miss Ali, the showrunner for Miss Marvel Disney Plus show, she is like in those movies where people get caught, the politicians or the corrupt businessman or whatever, and they got to burn the evidence. They got to shred the evidence. They got to do whatever they have to do to put it all down the Orwellian memory hole. Ernst posted on YouTube. Ernst that's the Bill Clinton, the Clinton.
Keep joking about that Orwellian stuff. It's closer and more realistic than you think it is.
It absolutely is.
As I said in my 1984 video, they're using it as a handbook.
Yep.
One of us should probably do a watch party for that. I don't want to, but we probably should, just to see how on the nose it is, even more than say like
I think you can
Idiocracy.
do it for the old one, but not the but you can't do it for the good one. You can do it for the old one, but not the good one.
Which is the good one?
The one with Hurt.
Okay, that's the one I was talking about. That's the one I've ever seen.
You can't do that one. It's still copyright in the US.
I've read the book and I've seen the movie, so yeah, I don't know.
No, I had somebody ask me to do it, and I said, "No, I can't. It's still copyright in the US," and he got really flipped out.
All right, we'll pass on that watch party then.
Damn it. Let's see. Ernst continues, like a lot of fans following the D23 Expo announcement about Miss Marvel, that he wanted to learn more about Bisha K. Ali, but found out her social media accounts are locked, including Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. What the heck is going on here? Questioned Ernst. Then I go on YouTube and find out she's a raging feminist, has all sorts of podcasts. There was one I was looking into yesterday. She was telling stories about how she was this heroic feminist standing up to white men because they were at a comedy club and this particular comedian was telling jokes she didn't like, so she had to blow up on him and start swearing at him, and that just made her day and made her week. So she went exactly, what the fuck, like this woman is insane. So like she started screaming.
I hate people that live their lives by this codec, you know. I just,
come on.
oh, God.
We know they go on Twitter, blast a bunch of white men, and Disney goes, "Oh, look, there's a new who've we got? Yeah, she can replace this character." That's their casting call now.
Yep.
On Twitter.
Follow the same business model as the BBC.
Yep.
Yeah,
Ernst,
exactly.
let's see. Ernst further points out that one of the tweets from
What happened? We lost the man.
We lost Pete.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Raging feminists. Or you can't find a blue check actress who isn't a raging feminist. That's their casting call now. It's the what's her face? Who's that? Who's the one who did it first?
I don't need that check mark. I'm not on Twitter enough to even care.
No.
I can't even use Raiders in my handle because of the all the sports teams that have Raiders in the title. Won't let you use it.
Yeah. You can't. It's ridiculous. When Twitter first started, I actually had a blue check mark. You know, you showed your ID. You gave them a legitimate email address that was tied to your ISP account.
There I am.
There you're back.
All right.
When Twitter first started, blue check mark used to be you showed ID and you had a email account that was your ISP account. That was it.
Talk about how you used to be able to buy a check mark.
Oh, really?
Now it's gone because it's only for certain people. It's like, yeah, but where in your terms of service does it say blue check mark is for certain people, and they just don't answer you
because Twitter's become a vile cesspool of arguing.
Oh, Twitter is, like I said, my account was suspended for like what 5-6 months. Because I told AOC to learn how to code. I mean, literally, and I'm not even joking. Within 2 minutes of me sending that tweet with the hashtag "learn how to code," my account was locked.
I lost my first account. I lost my first account completely. Somebody hacked it, posted a bunch of stuff, and then you ever seen the one, you've seen the mimic accounts where you have Dave 01, 02, 03, a whole bunch of them all tweeting all the same stuff over and over again. They could destroy you.
Yeah.
And Twitter doesn't care.
No.
You guys seen Pinocchio, the original Pinocchio?
Oh, yeah.
You know the part where he goes to the island and there's just that one big tent where everybody's just beating the shit out of each other?
Yeah.
That's Twitter.
Yes.
The broken toys.
Appalachian American, you need to meme that. Find that clip where they're just beating the shit out of each other. Just do whatever you want in here and just beat shit out of each other and just put the Twitter logo on the side of the tent.
When I got back on Twitter, the first thing Instagram's not as bad, but it's getting there.
It is. It's just that they're getting to the point where they ignore anybody who isn't part of the crowd. They're just backwards and forwards with each other between Twitter and Instagram.
I did that meme, the guy putting on the hazmat suit and walking into the room, and I put I put the Twitter logo over the room, and I was like, well, fuck it, here I go again.
Back for more.
Because I've nuked two of my Twitter accounts.
Thank you. May I have another? Yeah.
In the past, not because of anything that I did, just because I was tired of Twitter, and I was like,
after the James Gunn thing, I nuked mine, and I just rebranded. I started over again with just Raiders of the Lost Flicks, and that's all I have. That's all on Twitter. Everything else is history. Just
my personal account. I got like I said, I got. I had a couple when the NPC memes hit really big last year. I had one of them that hit over 100,000 impressions, and like I can't remember how many retweets it was.
Your account, just start doing NPC memes.
Yeah, and literally I got after that I got suspended for one of those. And it wasn't even a bad one. It was just like one of those run.exe, the glitch NPC glitch memes I made. And I got suspended for like a week for that. But yeah, the learn how to code hashtag gets you like just block the fuck out indefinitely. Wow. Yeah. So
there are people who dish it out all day long, but you say one bad thing about them, and it's outrage.
Yep, and that's it, man. Well, that whole
Triggered.
learn how to code thing started when I can't remember. It was who the hell, they laid off a bunch of journalists. These people from like the Huffington Post and shit got laid off. And people were fucking with them on Twitter going, well, you should probably learn how to code then. And it got to be where like these people everybody started getting suspended.
Odds to being told to start your own.
Yep.
Well, why don't you start your own Twitter, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Originally it was the left who were threatening to leave Twitter. Well, start learning to code then.
Yep. And then that'll get you suspended from Twitter now. But you can send people pictures of your asshole like that dude did to EVS, and nothing happened.
Remember when that used to be called goat.se? Goat.se?
Times had to take it down because they said quite literally that Trump is the only thing keeping Twitter open.
I swear if Twitter just went away completely, I would be perfectly fine with it. All right.
Free advice, ladies and gentlemen. 2 things not to check out on Google. Do not Google Red Rocket, and do not Google goat.se or goat.c or any of those acronyms or combinations.
No.
Thank me for that. If you Google those, enter at your own risk. That's all I got to say.
All right, let's see.
Google, DuckDuckGo, people. Don't Google shit. Stop learning to unlearn saying Google it. Okay? Start search it. Go back to using the proper English.
Yeah, or like looking at you say, oh yeah, let me look this word up. Oh, I got a dictionary. Well, hang on. Okay, and you say the okay, and then if I say it right now, my phone's gonna be like, I'll hear John Legend talking to me. So
I used to have this book of idioms for writing.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it was back at my old place, and when I moved, couldn't take a lot of stuff with me because I was moving to a smaller place. But okay, started as a U.S. Army certification for meat. Okay meant that was for service personnel. That was a meat rating. That meat was only for servicemen.
They're like, well, that's okay.
Yeah, that's it. It was pet food. Then okay.
Spam from Spanimal.
Step above horse
spam
meat.
Animal.
Yeah. No, it was the good horse meat.
Yeah, the good stuff, not the stuff they serve in the Chinese restaurants.
Oh, jeez.
That was blended with rat, and you know it.
That was dude. Okay, so
not the stuff that they serve at Finpo.
That's it.
Callbacks, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be here all week.
Finpo Chinese
restaurant.
restaurant.
Bartender on the way out.
Come down to Honorable Finpo restaurant. No, there's a Chinese restaurant in this plaza right next, because there's like a shopping plaza right next to. I live on a dead end at the top of like this, and you walk down the hill, and there's like a tractor supply company, like Farm and Home, and there's like a sporting goods store and a grocery store and some other little shops, and there's a Chinese restaurant there. Right now, we walk down to the merchandise outlet store, which is where I buy a lot of action figures because they're all clearanced out there, and we walk by this Chinese restaurant, and they have an air conditioner in the front window of the store. Right now, this is like a regular storefront window, and there's an air conditioner up front that's propped up by cardboard with buckets underneath it. And then my mom used to work the GNC, General Nutrition Center, used to be right next to that, and that restaurant's been there for 20 some years. So the GNC is long gone, but my mom used to work there. The people, and this is no shit, the people used to feed the seagulls behind the Chinese restaurant. And I was like, you know what them little chickens on a stick are you're eating off that goddamn buffet? It's some seagulls. They're back there. I said, they're back
what
there.
they call
Cantonese spare ribs.
They're luring them into shake and bake pans.
Cantonese spare ribs, aka Cantonese sparrow ribs.
You need the seagulls at the back of at the Chinese restaurant.
It seriously, it's like now I live like I can almost see the back of the restaurant from my goddamn the end of my road. But yeah, food is all right. So let's get back to this Bisha K Ali. I'm gonna try to screen share this again. Let's give her the old college try here, and yeah, see if I can't crash off my own stream again. But here we go. All right, so
work out for you.
It didn't work out well. Ernst further points out that one of the tweets from Bisha K. Ali's Twitter account says, okay, we read that one. I would love to know why this is all down the memory hole. Ernst questions, again, referencing the fact that Bisha K. Ali's tweets are protected and she's deleted thousands of them. And here's the Miss Marvel logo with Kamala Khan. And I don't know if you guys saw that video I posted earlier. It was the comparison between the first Daredevil comic and the first Miss Marvel comic.
Yeah, actually, I did see that one.
That guy, and Tony, a great listener, great friend of the program, Tony, Alec, IM'd me, and he was talking about that, and he said that guy only releases like one video every couple months, but they're always really good. And after that, when I was like, yeah, he got a subscriber out of me, I was like, I subscribed to the dude's channel. But let's see. It says Twitter users capture Bisha K. Ali's controversial tweets and statements. Ernst and additional Twitter users gathered more of Bisha K. Ali's tweets. Let's see. Had some interesting thoughts about the U.S. in 2016. Who is the Miss Marvel showrunner talking about? Oh, and there's all these. I'm not going to click on these tweets. Let's see. Activist critics over the past few weeks have tagged my employer, Washington Times, in tweets. If this is supposed to be an intimidation tactic, it's not going to work. I'd rather lose my job than allow online thugs to dictate my behavior. Okay. Oh, here's
backfire.
This is the part where we all collectively say, "Get a life."
Yeah, and that's it. Oh, here's a picture.
Here's our other hero,
Cat Pan Mess, stunning and brave.
Of course, she's sticking up for her. It's all interconnected, ladies and gentlemen. It's all connected.
Bisha K. Ali, Brie Larson, the controversial white dude comment.
These people hang out in the same hookah bars on the weekends. All right.
Have you ever been to a hookah lounge?
No.
I went there. There was one right next door to the dealership where I used to work at, and me and a bunch of my coworkers went. It was a different experience. We hung out there like way too long. I was like, this would be much cooler if we were getting like high on this shit, honestly, because I'm not really. I mean, it was just cool to check it out because I always wanted to check one out.
I just picture. The reason I said hookah lounges, I just picture these people like literally blowing smoke up each other's asses.
That's basically what it. That's basically what it. That's pretty much it. You're not far off, Adam.
Yeah. You're not gonna believe what I said to this dude on Twitter this week.
Yep.
You seen the boys? That seedy nightclub all the superheroes hang out? That's them.
I haven't seen that yet. I'm so like I want to see that damn show.
It's in my queue. Yeah.
Is it?
You have to.
I don't have Amazon Prime yet.
I'm so burnt out on superheroes right now. I just can't. I'm like, I will eventually. Yeah. There you go. LMP says hookah is hipster blends.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying, man. They're just like sitting in a big room, just like talking about their Twitter conquest lately and their woke mentality. Literally blowing smoke up each other's asses.
Me too.
All right.
Well, my Me Too story got 20,000 retweets. Ooh.
Bisha K. Ali's controversial comments are similar to comments made by Cat Pan Mess star Brie Larson.
Brie Larson, yeah.
Who, interestingly enough, recently said she wants Miss Marvel in sequels to Captain Marvel. And another piece of the puzzle falls into place. A deleted scene from Cat Pan Meh also attacked white dudes. As I pointed out, Brie Larson and now Bisha K. Ali apparently have no problem getting paid millions and millions of dollars by their white dude bosses at Disney and Marvel, who include Kevin Feige, Alan Horn, and Bob Iger. Regarding James Gunn, he also deleted thousands of tweets that joked about pedophilia and rape, which landed him in the hot seat with Disney last summer, as Disney fired him from directing Guardians of the Galaxy 3. But Disney has since changed their tune and rehired Gunn. Star Wars.
Did they ever really fire him, though?
They never did. That was
what I'm saying. I think that was all a PR stunt.
They let him go to DC to do Suicide Squad or whatever.
Yep.
And they've done it again. This time they didn't have to do the controversy. He just went.
Yep. They said, fuck it. Just go do that shithole movie, Suicide Squad 2, because it's going to be a dumpster fire, and then we'll bring you back in and you can have your Guardians back as soon as this blows over. And that's exactly what they did.
That's exactly what they did. Yep. And the world was none the wiser for it.
Oh, here's another one. Star Wars The Last Jedi director Rhiannon Roundhead Johnson also proceeded to delete over 20,000 tweets. So these people are.
You know what's funny about him though, and I did a video about him today, is
I watched that.
Constantly in defense of that movie.
Yep.
Constantly the guy. At this point, if he would have just said, okay, maybe I made something that was a little too off the wall for the fans, and I'm sorry for it. He would not have to constantly defend himself as much as he does. This asshole is going to spend probably 75% of his worthless career defending that movie.
Remember his tweet?
He just can't let it go. He refuses to let it go. Even as some of us fans have moved past it, he's still fucking defending it.
He doesn't have anything else, though.
No, that's it. His only claim to fame is, I ruined the Star Wars universe, and it was important. It was really important that I make this thing not make money anymore.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, absolutely.
Because that's all it accomplished. That's the only fucking thing that was accomplished in that movie was you found a way to make the most money-making franchise in the world to not make money anymore.
Yeah,
it's like Trump bankrupting a casino. How the fuck?
Yeah.
How in the actual fuck?
Yep. No, this is okay. So here we're gonna do another. Let's see. I want to get to this.
It was actually the Atlantic City commission that bankrupted the casinos with fees and charges, and every casino in the block went broke. Wasn't just one.
You know, I've always wanted to go check out Atlantic City, probably because it's like the closest like large and I'm not even a gambler. All right,
I'm not either. I've been to Vegas so many times. Just being a GameStop manager, we went like 7 years in a row. I went to Vegas, so there's no reason for me to go to Atlantic City. It's like going to the small park when you've been to the big park so many times. It's like, why?
And Vegas is on the list of things to do too. I am definitely going to screen share this because I am on.
And there's lots of fun things to do in Vegas, even if you don't gamble. You have to look. You have to look though. You have to know where to look. It took me a while to figure it out.
Tweeted about people's Snoke theories being wrong.
Yep.
I think that was his priority, man. His priority was just he got so wrapped up in the Twitter nonsense that he just directed it by that rationale. Like, well, the fans are going to think I'm going to do this, so what I'm going to do is go that way. And he went that way with the entire fucking movie to the point to where it doesn't even fall together anymore. Like the pieces, it's abstract art. It's not even a movie.
No.
Look at
he was tweeting while supposedly directing. Now, who was directing?
Well, he's got to do something while he's sitting in that chair and saying, okay, action, because God knows he wasn't doing much else.
Here's Rianne Johnson's IMDb
he wasn't
page.
sitting behind the director's chair saying, okay, faster and more intense. He wasn't doing that.
Waiter. He looks like the waiter.
Doesn't he look like just this is like the just encapsulation of what soy would look like if it was a person. He looks like
Charlie Brown if you actually gave him hair.
He is.
Charlie Soy.
Let's see. Okay, so
I want to hold a football and have him run and then just pull that fucker away and watch him fly.
Yep.
That's his Snoke theory.
He has 15 directing credits. Look at Untitled Star Wars Trilogy Episode 1 announced.
Yeah, they did. They confirmed it.
I don't.
They confirmed it.
I still don't think that's ever going to see the light of day.
I think the important thing is even if it does see the light of day, who the fuck's going to go see it?
Yeah, exactly.
Who in the actual fuck is going to show up for that other than Jonathan and his family and a couple of his friends from the Hookah Lounge?
Blue checks.
Yep.
They're not friends. They're his blue check buddies.
Or maybe some of the people that work at Faux Pin or Finpo. Yeah, Finpo.
And the 1,200 people who get their free Disney tickets.
Look at his credits here. Look at his directing credits.
Oh yeah, are they going to buy tickets for the underprivileged children to show up and go see that, like they did with Captain Marvel? But they never got to see that unfold on camera.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No bullshit.
I was going to say if they did that, if they actually did that, then they would have had that. That's a perfect publicity thing, to help Disney's image. So why would they put pictures of all that?
Why would they not have covered it in graphic detail? I'm sure they could have just snapped their fingers and had 50 shills at their doorstep in a second's notice, but that never got covered, did it?
again, this is where that $8 billion or $6 billion in losses comes from, I think.
Oh,
Well, yeah, they spent $1 billion on Hulu.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't like to be a big conspiracy theorist, but shit just don't add up, son.
No, and if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, it's a duck.
Yep.
$6 billion and their profit margins fall to 8%. They were spending money somewhere that didn't make it.
Mm-hmm. Look at his credits. All of his directing credits.
Yeah.
Video short. Ninja Co, The Origami Master, 1990. Evil Demon Golf Ball from Hell, 1997. Ben Boyer and the Phenomenology of Automobile Marketing. Short.
Also, his Breaking Bad series, the 3 episodes he did are all the worst episodes from that show.
But the thing is,
I mean, it's still the worst episodes from the greatest show that ever was, but they're still the worst episodes within that series.
Yeah, the thing is, after the third one, they said, well, all Ryan had to do was say 3 things: action, cut, it's a wrap. That's it.
A whole episode of them trying to catch a fly inside of a meth lab.
Is that what it was?
That's the one that says Fly.
I've never seen. I've seen the first season of the show, and I don't really.
Yeah. The whole episode was directed by Ryan Johnson. It's literally Walter White and Jesse Pinkman trying to catch a fly that's inside the meth lab.
Well, that sounds fun.
That's the whole episode.
It's a bottle episode.
Yep.
I'm not a fan of those.
Half the episode hoping it would blow up. And then there were some episodes of Breaking Bad that was awesome, but there are some that just fast forward.
Yeah, I haven't. Like I said, I made it through the first season. I don't remember any of it. It never really did much for me.
The thing is, I was introduced to it when it was near its end, so I skipped a lot of the first and second season, so you fast forward. Oh, that's an awesome scene.
Okay. Guess because everybody said it got good in like the second season, like the middle of the second season.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It picked up. So let's see what else we got. Oh, we have the Mountain Goats woke up new. That was a short. He did what's this Brick in 2005.
That's his first movie that bombed so bad that even he didn't promote it. He promoted Looper as his first movie. That says everything about Brick.
Well, look at this. The Brothers Bloom. One episode of the movie Terriers.
Don't click on that. It's probably porn.
I'm not clicking on any of it. I don't trust it.
Kidding. I don't know what it's about.
Oh wait, look. See, he did 2.
I never seen any of this movies or heard about this guy before Star Wars.
What the fuck is the Mountain
Never
Goats?
heard of him.
The Life of the World to Come. Then Looper. I've watched Looper. All right. I didn't know who Rian Johnson was.
He went from Star Wars to directing an LCD sound system music video. Way to go upwards, Bubba.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. This guy is a fucking joke. Like this whole Star Wars.
Is anybody excited about Knives Out? Have you read the promotion for that? He's so excited to have people in a room talking and filming it. That's literally how he describes it. I'm like,
yep.
Yeah, dumbass. That's how a movie operates.
Yeah, he's. I don't think he really has.
Did you see the short?
He's probably just got him sitting there reading nursery rhymes or some shit.
Yeah.
He called a press conference in Mexico. He had 3 people on stage with him.
No. People like Ryan Johnson don't call a press conference. Come on. He doesn't have that many followers, does he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
BBC showed up.
Find it hard to believe.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
Yeah. Ryan Johnson seems to have some sort of strange pull in Hollywood. Same with Jar Jar. They've never done anything. They have never done anything that pulled $1 billion on its own. Everything they've done that's made money has always been somebody else's IP.
He just smokes at the same hookah lounge as KK and JJ.
No, but JJ we get because he's bottom down nepotism from Spielberg, but Jar Jar, he's totally left field. He's not connected to anybody until Looper. And again, he's up. Is he a sock puppet for Kathleen Kennedy? I don't know, but he's definitely.
No, but somebody's got their hand up his ass.
Ugh.
He can't think. He can't coherently put a sentence together without laughing at his own jokes.
That's the
Well,
thing.
that little goofy laugh of his. When I was like trying to just the whole. It took me about a couple of months to process The Last Jedi, and I'm like, God, did I like that movie? Did I hate it? I don't know how I feel about it. And then when all these things started to unfold, like the drop off from the second week and all that, and the fandoms really started to split, and I was noticing it, and when people really started to fight with me, while all this was going down, I just kept picturing his big stupid round head in my head, and I could just hear that goofy little laugh as a little he sounds kind of like a leprechaun laugh, you know what I mean? Like just as a kind of, I can't even do it. My voice doesn't even go that high. It's like that's all I can do is just picture him running around like a little small version of Ryan Johnson, little fucking leprechaun with a big round head, just running around going.
He's that kid in school everybody gave a wedgie, and now he's getting his revenge.
Could be.
Yep.
Because
it used to be the Star Wars fans were the ones getting the wedgies. At least the high school I went to, that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I believe he was a Star Wars fan, and he's getting revenge because he was picked on. You listen to some of his interviews, he's definitely he laughs every time he talks about the misery of the fans. He gets off on it. He gets off on people's misery.
Now, he obviously didn't grow up in the suburbs because you know not to shit on where you're from.
No, he's a private school brat. He's a private school brat. He was silver spoon all the way.
He rode a short bus to some school somewhere. That's for sure.
He got into film school because his family's got money.
Oh yeah, this guy. I just looked up Brick on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's a 79 or 80 critics and like an 86 audience or something like that. It has actually a decent cast. It was like Lucas Haas, Emile DeRaven from Lost. She played Claire.
There's a connection to Jar Jar.
Yep.
You can't get anybody from Lost without going through Jar Jar because they all. Bad Robert owns their cast.
Yeah. Yep. What was the other? Oh, Joseph Gordon-Levitt was in that Brick movie too.
Yeah. So there's his connection to Jar Jar.
Yep. I don't. I like I said, Lost is still one of my favorite shows of all time. It's horrible at times, and other times it's so bad it's good, and so good it's bad. I don't know. I liked it. I sat through. I've watched that one probably about 3 or 4 times all the way through. But the ending to that movie is just, or the series was just horrible. The finale episode, like a lot of finales are disappointing. That one was right up there with it.
They said it was a season too long.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're good. Star Trek: The Next Generation, Battlestar Galactica. At least I liked the ending quite a bit. I know some people didn't, but sometimes they're good.
A lot of people didn't get the ending.
They didn't understand what they were setting up from the whole fucking start. I don't want to get on that. We could do a whole cast on that, but yeah.
About Lost?
No, about Battlestar Galactica.
The reboot.
Yeah.
Right,
the reboot was one giant setup, and people just kind of missed what the whole message was behind it.
The problem was
they got lost in the soap opera of the characters, and they misunderstood that the whole overall narrative was one big theme, and they missed that. They forgot. It's like they forgot between the pilot and the ending. And the ending just like shocked everybody. If you marathon them all like I did, everything makes sense. But I guess if you wait from week to week to week to week or between seasons, you probably forget some things. Yeah.
The subplot is the main story. That's
correct.
What people get.
Correct. All of this has happened before, and it will all happen again.
Now
that's why Amos didn't want to come back for the movie, and it would have wrapped everything up.
Now there's the guy that should be doing Star Wars or Star Trek. That guy right there that did.
He should be an admiral, definitely. An admiral in Star Wars.
No, he should be making the show or the movies. He should actually be in charge. You want a showrunner? That guy knows how to write.
Now Battlestar Galactica.
We wrote a lot of episodes.
How many was it? There's been 2 runs of that now. There was a reboot of it and an original run.
The original run was 1 season long, and then they rebooted it, called it Battlestar Galactica 1980. That was terrible. It was only like a season long. The reboot happened in 2004. It was on the Sci-Fi Channel, and it went for 5 seasons.
And
Okay.
then they tried to do a prequel, and it fell apart.
They had Caprica. Which
Yeah.
I didn't finish. It was pretty good what I had seen so far. I need to finish that at some point, but it only got one season.
It was
And
too expensive.
There's a couple of spin-off movies as well, like Blood and Chrome, and there's another one I can't think of right now. I have them all on Blu-ray, but
Yeah,
the original series episode or the seasons 1 through 5 on Amazon Prime are amazing if you ever get a chance to watch them. They'll be
Okay. All right. Yeah, because like I know like what are the bad guys and that are called, like, what are they, the Cylons?
The Cylons, yeah. It started off as it was like a big 2-part mini series. So you want to start with that, and then that was so successful that it became an actual show. So you watch the mini series first, and then you watch all the seasons because they're all in chronological order.
Now,
and then you watch Blood and Chrome. You know what?
Correct.
Even though Blood and Chrome is set through the series, don't watch any of the shorts until the end.
The movies are just they're just spin-offs. They're standalones. They're all right, but it's the series is where it's really where all the magic is.
Okay, because like that was one, like, and shows like that, and like I knew, like, because I remember when Caprica came out, one of my friends watched it, and I watched the episode. I was like, this isn't bad, but I didn't really understand a lot.
Right, you wouldn't. Yeah, you wouldn't if you didn't watch Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah,
it's a lot of the things that are set up. There's this really intricate lore and religion and all that stuff within the series that you won't understand if you're not.
And the normies thought it was just a convoluted version of Terminator.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
I mean, it does involve robots, but that's only one of the subplots. You know, I mean, it does deal with. There are similar themes to the Terminator in where it deals with, you know, man reliance on machines, and then machines eventually become sentient and take over and view mankind as a threat. The Cylons are identical to the Terminator in that aspect, and that's not changed from the original series.
Yes, they changed the law because in the original law, the Cylons were a race who wiped themselves out with their own creations.
Correct.
Not humanity.
Okay.
Humanity discovered the Cylons, but they were already in decline.
And they're not, you don't have to watch the old series to understand the new one, because the new one's a reimagining. It took all the parts, reassembled them, and made something really cool out of it. So
that was my next question: is when I get to do this, should I watch the original?
If you watch the old one, you watch it only for the factor that it rips off Star Wars so much, and the fact that it's old 70s sci-fi cheese. If you're into that sort of thing, then you watch it. But do you need to watch that to understand what's going on in the series? Absolutely 100% not.
Okay. All right.
Nope, not at all.
So that'll be definitely worth checking out.
One of those times that the reimagining actually surpassed the master.
It really did. It took something that had a kind of an interesting concept and just expanded the fuck out of everything, and
gave it a proper conclusion. Because the original,
the best thing I can compare it to would be Westworld. If you've seen Westworld, they took, you know, an old 70s sci-fi movie and made a really rich, loreful TV series that spans over several episodes, very similar to Battlestar. Very similar.
Westworld is another one I died.
Very gritty, very deep, a lot of big messages inside there. Battlestar Galactica likes to play with religion a lot and mythos, and it also borrows from a lot of our mythology too, which kind of leads into the story. I don't want to, spoil anything with it, but you'll, if you watch it and if you marathon it, everything makes sense. But I can imagine people watching it back in 2000, whenever it came out. I didn't see them all then because I was busy working at the time. I can see why people would have been disappointed, because they probably would have lost sight of, because you get to a certain point in the show where the subplots are going on with the characters are no longer as important as the grand theme of what the whole show is about.
Yeah, particularly last season, the subplots take over.
Right. Yeah, the subplots, and I think people were too wrapped up in the subplots to where they just didn't buy into the myth after that,
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like they got a pretty good.
They had this shit together.
It was written by the same guy that wrote all of the Klingon episodes of The Next Generation, which were some of the best episodes. The guy really knows how to deal with cultures and religions and
world building.
He's really freaking good at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember because The Next Generation was on when that came out, was like 88 or 89.
Yeah, it was 87.
Yeah.
87. Wow. Okay. Yes.
Debuted in 87.
So I was 7 years old, and was it my mom used to watch that? Because it was on. I can't remember. Was it on Saturday nights at one point? Because I remember
I watched it. It was hard to get into because it was hard to divorce yourself from what you knew about Star Trek, which was just the core group of Spock and Kirk and all that. You have to realize that it's a different ship, a different cast, a different crew in the same universe, but way into the future, which is what I wish they would have done with Star Wars.
Yeah, that is exactly right. Instead of
had they done that, we might not be having these anti-Star Wars conversations. We might not even have a fandom menace.
It's not where anti-Star Wars.
We'd be excited that Episode 9 was coming out. We'd be excited. We'd be pumped.
That's it. That's it, man.
Cash grab. Not Star Wars. It's the cash grab.
Yep.
That's the problem with it.
The toy commercial that didn't work.
Exactly.
Like I said, I'm going to shoot video.
I'm not anti making a movie to sell toys, but at least make the movie good. So I want to buy the fucking toys.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Give characters give us a character, not a cookie cutout of somebody else's character.
Yep. Like, we need an Emperor type character. Let's just make some asshole and call him Snoke.
And that's basically what they did because Snoke is.
Yeah, Ryan. You may laugh at us for having Snoke theories, but at least we had one.
My original theory, I think I mentioned this on one of our casts where I don't want to derail it too much because we're already past 2 hours here. But when they had the poster come out for The Force Awakens, and I was trying not to read too much info because I wanted to be surprised when I went to go see it. My theory was, why is Luke not on the poster? What if he is Kylo Ren? That would have been so fucking cool. If you're really going to commit to him going dark, and he actually became dark, and the story was about bringing him back to the light, that might have been an interesting set of movies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And if that would have been the reveal, I'd have been probably okay with that. But now it's just some guy. Some very uninteresting guy.
And that's about it.
They reveal all of his backstory in the same fucking movie.
Oh, hang on 1 second here. I have a small visitor in my office.
Yep. Now, don't want to harp on too much about the MCU, but the new rumor is Sony and Disney are both leaking to the media as a negotiating tactic that they haven't stopped talking.
It's free advertisement.
Yeah.
They do that a lot, which is why I kind of stopped making videos about it.
Because according to some people in Japan, the Sony execs haven't come back from LA.
Yeah. This is like free publicity. So whatever comes out, whether it's a Sony movie, or everybody's going to rush out and go see it. Yeah.
Yeah. We know that for some reason, Disney decided to put Spider-Man in Phase 5, and Sony took it as a snub, which it is, because they wanted to tie in Phase, because they wanted Tom Holland for Venom 2, so Disney snubbed them and put Spider-Man in Phase 5, and now they're tit-for-tatting each other in the media.
Well, I know I skipped out on Far From Home, but if they wanted to do a movie where we see modern Spider-Man and modern Venom fighting each other, I'd be very interested to see where that goes.
Yeah.
They have to make amends for Spider-Man 3. You finally got Venom into a cinematic movie, and it was Topher fucking Grace.
Hey, Eric Foreman was a good Venom. No, that was bad. I was just watching something about that earlier.
Was it that one, like the movie? It was in my group. It was the moments where your career ended, like instantly ended. Yeah, yes. I started watching that too, and then I had to go live. I'm planning on finishing watching that as soon as this is over.
Oh, dude, that it's worth it. I watched the whole list
because I'm sure I could add like 20 more to the list because you know how bad I am in movie trivia, dude. Mm-hmm. I'm so rooted in this shit. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. But that was God, were we talking about Rad the other night? Was it us that was talking about Rad?
It wasn't me. I wasn't here. I don't think I've ever seen Rad.
You never see the BMX movie? Have you ever heard of that, Dave?
I always get mixed up with Gleaming the Cube. I remember seeing that one.
That was good, but Rad,
didn't enjoy it very much, but I did see it.
Yeah, it was one of those kind of movies. Like as a kid, like I saw the previews for it, and I was like, "This looks cool." And then I
Dude, we
watched.
were talking about Solar Babies. That was one of
So,
those that we watched when I was a kid. I remember not even liking that when it came out. I'm like, this movie is fucking retarded.
it's horrible, but I still love it, man.
It is. It's a guilty pleasure for sure.
Goddamn, Jason Patrick and Jamie Gertz is in it.
Now I did watch Ice Pirates the other night. That movie has held up rather well, sir.
I haven't watched that
shit out of that movie. Yeah, I was like, God,
what's that?
My parents took me to the drive-in to see that, and I'm like, I think I like it more now than I did when I was a little kid because I didn't get half the jokes that were in it. There was some very adult humor in that movie. Now that I get all those jokes, I'm like, oh wow, this movie was amazing. So
what's happening with Home Alone 4?
Oh, are they actually? Is that actually a thing? Are they going?
No,
they're
that's
going.
A rumor that it's a rumor that wants to be a movie.
Oh no!
Is it have Bruce Willis in it? Is John McClane?
No, that's another one. Disney's rebooting Die Hard. That's going to be scary.
That just breaks my heart.
Yeah, that's saying all those movies.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker! I don't think so.
Yeah. Yippee-ki-yay! That's going to be about it.
Yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
Oh, why? Why would we do this? I
had Macaulay Culkin on his YouTube or whatever eating popcorn as a response to being asked about.
I saw that. I've seen a lot of Culk on YouTube lately. The dude is legitimately funny.
He is. He got a.
I want to see him get. I want to see him get this comeback. I think he deserves it. He does. I want to see him in a lot more stuff.
He's
been on Red Letter Media at least 5 or 6 times now, and he's funny. He's legitimately funny every time he's on there.
Yeah. Joe Rogan asked him, and he just shook his head.
It doesn't feel like it was written or like they forced it out of him or anything. He's just legitimately. You can tell he loves bad movies. He gets just as into it as Pete and I do. You know, I mean,
I was what the hell was I was looking at one the other day, and I gotta find this. I'm gonna turn my camera off here because I'm gonna look this movie because we were talking about American Ninja and
Michael
Dudikoff and Steve James. Those two were like inseparable in the 80s. I
plan to track down at least the first American Ninja because I think I had it on DVD.
Action Jackson.
Wasn't a very good DVD. It didn't play very well or something. So
I have Action Jackson on.
I need that, and I need Universal Soldier still.
I have Action Jackson on DVD. I have that. I bought it for $2 at Walmart.
Universal Soldier needs to be on
ripped off.
Let's see. Wait, here's I'm looking at Michael Dudikoff.
$2. You can't even print a DVD cover for $2.
That's about it. He was in a movie called Navy SEALs vs. Zombies in 2015.
Oh wow, that sounds.
We need to watch that.
Yeah, that was a summer blockbuster we somehow missed.
That sounds like an asylum movie.
Oh, I'll look it up in a minute. Let's see. 88 American Ninja 2: The Confrontation. Avenging Force. I think that was it.
Yeah, the only one I ever saw was the first American Ninja, and I remember really enjoying it. I used to fucking love ninja movies, dude, back in the 80s. Oh my god.
You couldn't go a month without a new one coming out.
No, I loved them. They were all terrible, and I loved them because they were terrible.
Have you seen the Zeti series yet? The Japanese Zentashi?
No.
It was from the 50s. It's out on DVD. The entire
I haven't
series.
seen that. All I remember is the stuff from the 80s. It was always like a lot of improbable kills and ridiculous stunts and
MIA.
I just got done watching Ninja 3: The Domination. Oh,
nice.
That was amazing.
The Good Guys Wear Black. That was Chuck Norris.
Yeah, I remember. I think I've seen that one.
You probably have.
That box set that I got, that Ultimate Action Collection, it's like turned out to be my favorite box set ever. I bought this $5 for 8 movies, and so far I've enjoyed every fucking one of these.
That's an awesome buy. I'm so jealous.
You said those are the Canon films, like the Golden.
These are all Canon films. Every single one of them R-rated Canon films.
Canon
guys had balls, man.
Canon had the best movies in the 80s.
Right?
Like,
they were terrible, but they were like terrible good, you know? Like good terrible.
They can make a movie for $2 million and make 50.
It's like those guys were like, you know, they were listening to our podcast. They're like, you know, we need to make these movies. These movies sound good, you know, like we could be we could be the next Golden Globus, Pete. I'm just saying.
Oh, dude, I know some of
could
the
happen.
titles. Some of the titles we have already.
Oh man.
I mean, okay, so I found this movie. I've been looking for this because my mom has this on VHS, and I want to find this DVD. It's called Avenging Force. It's from 1986. It's Michael Dudikoff, Steve James, and James Booth. Here's the synopsis. A senator is targeted by the Pentangle, a right-wing paramilitary group. His pal, a former CIA agent and martial artist, tries to help him. The group kidnaps the agent's sister and tries to hunt him down the most dangerous game style. So this is set, I believe it was like in New Orleans. So they're like hunting him in like the bayous and stuff like that. This was it was actually a cool movie, and this dropped on the 12th of September 1986, and it's currently sitting at 5.9.
So that's where the SJWs come from. All those people who grew up with Wonder Woman and these movies think all bad guys are right wingers. You know, they grew up on this shit, and they grew up believing it was believing your dad's entertainment was actually news stories. You know, they couldn't tell the difference between news and movies.
I'm telling you, man, those 80s action movies were the best, man. Just like you remember, from Miami Connection the other night, gore, nudity, and graphic violence were like just a staple.
Here's
chat updated. Oh wow, yeah. Sorry, Chris Wicks. I'm sorry to say it's true. They're rebooting all the 80s action flicks.
Oh, look at this. Matt, this just popped up.
There's
as like
no way they could fucking play them justice unless they go over the top even more than the 80s movies. And nobody's going to have the balls. They can't
reboot Chuck Norris movies until he dies. But
they're not going to have the balls to do it. And there's no way you can make Missing in Action any better than it already was. Because I just got done watching all three of them. There's only three of them, right?
Movie.
Yeah, Missing in Action 1, 2, and 3. I just got done watching all three of them. Those movies got progressively better as they went on.
Yes.
Like Missing in Action 3 legitimately surprised me. It was like better than I thought it would be. I did not expect it to be that good. I was riveted watching it.
They had a real budget. They had a real cast. They had people doing the score. They had decent direction. They had costuming. They had everything.
They would pay like Brian May from Queen did the music for Missing in Action 3. There you go. There's another one right there.
You said Over the Top.
Over the Top. That's another canon movie.
Dude,
they went bankrupt over that fucking thing.
I love that movie.
And that movie's good. It is legitimately good. It's stupid, but it's still entertaining as fuck. Those guys made very entertaining cheese.
I will give you one thing. These movies have a middle, an end. They have a story. Night Hunter. Chuck Norris is acting the fuck out of this movie, no matter how bad.
As much as he can emote, yeah. As much as you can get out of him. Yeah.
I was gonna say Chuck Norris doesn't emote; he doesn't have to.
No, but that's the beauty about the Missing in Action movies is it was a perfect vehicle for him. He could just be an action hero and spend most of the movie being quiet, and it worked for his character.
That's like Delta Force.
Yeah. Oh shit! Fucking Invasion USA.
Those movies, see, these are just great freaking movies, man. But this one right here, I really want to do the Over the Top as a watch party eventually, because that is just I've watched that movie ad nauseum as a kid. Oh god, Hawk and Son Trucking, the Robert Loggia's the bad guy. Robert Loggia was such a good bad guy in the 80s.
Yup, he
was Frank. Frank in Scarface is still my favorite role of his. I've seen Scarface. God, I don't even want to know how many times I've watched that movie. But
that's one that's currently undergoing the butchery of a reimagining.
They've been trying to work. They've been working on that for like at least 5 years now, trying to reboot that one.
They keep losing actors. People keep walking off.
All the movies coming out in October, and they're all original.
I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. As soon as I saw it, we were getting ready to go on, so I was going to watch that one after we got done.
Mangold is doing his next movie. All right, this is a guy that got an Academy Award nomination for Logan. All right, James Mangold is doing a movie about Ford versus Ferrari, and it's got Christian Bale and Matt Damon in it, and it's basically about how Ford tried to build a car that could compete with a Ferrari.
Huh.
And there's a big race in it. It's original script, original, thing, got $100 million budget, and it listed all these other movies that came out. And they did mention Once Upon a Time in Hollywood several times, which is a movie that made me very happy that it did as well as it did, because it fucking deserved it. It's telling you that audiences want original entertainment. They're not just happy with,
We're just off Pete, but
they're not happy with regurgitated cheese and sequels and reboots. They do want original entertainment. So it gives me hope, because I've given up on summer blockbusters. But if I hold out until the fall, that's when you can see good stuff.
The thing is, as much as Quentin Tarantino is a big SJW, at least he can separate his politics and the art.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about his politics as long as his movies are entertaining.
That's
but
it.
But he keeps it out of his art.
Into his movies, yeah.
He'll say the N-word, and he can get away with it.
Surprisingly, no N-words in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Really? That's probably like the first movie he's ever done without
plenty of language, plenty of dirty feet.
Yeah, I think it's because it's in the 60s when they started banning people for using it.
But if there's going to be a director that's going to get away with using it, it'll probably be Quentin Tarantino, because at this point he has enough pull in Hollywood that he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, he's basically like the Vince McMahon of Hollywood.
I have yet to see a movie that he's directed that I'm disappointed with. I haven't seen one yet.
No,
I have not.
Apparently, he walked away from talks,
and he's made 9.
Tarantino's walked away from the Star Trek talks because Bad Robot won't give him a license unless it's a Jar Jar funded film.
Nobody wants Star Trek to be Tarantino's swan song either.
No,
it's not gonna happen. I kind of secretly don't want it to happen. Star Trek will get rebooted. What's got to happen? These bad robot guys got to pass away or move on to something else and lose interest.
Or indicted for their legal tactics.
They're going to get their comeuppance someday, and they'll be gone. And then Star Trek will get rebooted, and it's going to be fucking fine. All right, all they got to do is just come up with a new ship, a new cast, and better writing, and they'll boom done. That's it. That's all they got to do. That's all they got to do to fix that. Yeah. Anyways, we're at 2.5 hours. So what do you want? What do you do, Pete?
I'm thinking this is probably a good place to leave it off for the night. We're at the we're at the 2.5 hour mark, and I've got to get videos and stuff ready for tomorrow and get the thumbnail done for this one.
We've covered the Jar Jar mystery box.
Yep.
Load of shit. Miss Marvel showrunner, big SJW racist.
Yep.
Unfortunately, no game time because MJ somehow's got a YouTube ban. We don't know why.
She had some technical issues with her Wi-Fi tonight, I think. So I can she'll
quickly mention, you said something about a movie trailer talk for Joker and Rambo. Both of those movies are very interesting to me.
Yep. They look I was happy with them, and
I'm very hesitant about Joker, but the more I see about it, I'm like, this could actually be a really good fucking movie.
And that's the brilliant thing. And I'm not the biggest Joaquin Phoenix fan, but Joaquin Phoenix he's a brilliant character actor.
Very good. He's a good actor. He's an a-hole in real life. As long as you separate the body of work from the person, which is impossible for some people like Brie Larson. But
Johnny Depp.
And another one is Christian Bale. He's an asshole in real life, but when you see him in the movies, he's going to do a good job.
Well, he's Christopher Nolan get on, so that says a lot about them both.
But Rambo looks amazing. It looks like a Western. It looks very Loganish. It looks very Pale Rider. Very
big knife, the hair, the head, the whole attitude.
Yep. That was like always the thing about Rambo, was just like that attitude he had. And like I said, I haven't seen a Rambo movie since the 80s, so this will be
man. You didn't get the chance to see the one that came out in 2006?
Never watched it.
You'll enjoy that.
You'll just never watched it.
You'll be surprised, because that's one thing that I always give Sylvester Stallone credit for. He can write. He might not be the world's greatest actor, but he can write a goddamn good script.
Did they come out with another one after the 2006, or was that the last one?
That was the most recent one.
Okay, so I couldn't remember.
Rambo 1, 2, and 3, and then the most recent one was just called Rambo.
Okay,
and then that would be Rambo 4, and then this is Rambo 5. So
awesome. Well, I think, like Rambo looks, like I said, that'd be one. I don't know if I'll go to the theater to see it, but it'll be one
I
I'll
will.
watch.
Yeah, I want
I'll
to see it in
watch
the
it.
theater. I want to
Yep.
support it. I want to support it because I think Sylvester Stallone is very anti-politics in his movies. At least not the social politics, and that's the kind of stuff that I want to see when I go to the theater.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Chris, for that compliment. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
absolutely, Chris.
Chris, absolutely. You're great for having you guys. Big shout out to the audience for hanging
Ramble a
out.
lot, so we're never sure.
Yep. It's I appreciate it. And Chris, you got to just give me a call or something. We haven't chatted in a while, so we usually do a little video call through Messenger every now and then. But yeah, and Appalachian American Tap and Die Liquid Metal Pro. Monica was in the chat for a minute.
Yep, we miss you.
Yep, absolutely. I feel like I'm missing a leg when she's not around on here. And that's not a short joke. It's just like, you're that important to me. If you're that important to me, girl. So if you go back and listen to this, I'm not making a short joke. That's for real.
Because she didn't skip leg day, Pete.
Exactly. I did. She didn't. I did. I skipped all the days.
So speaking of skipping stuff, Chris Rick is right. All these bad trilogies that are coming out, we'll just go back and rewatch the originals.
Well, it used to be you didn't announce a trilogy. You put a movie out, and then based on whether it was good or not, you would make more of them. That's the natural fucking process. When you announce that I have to watch all these fucking movies, it's an instant put off. You want to know why Alita didn't do better?
Right. What's worse is
you announced everybody that it was a group. It was a group, and you're going to do this like segmented. You're going to do this episodic, and people are coming off of like the Hunger Games doing that shit, and Harry Potter doing that shit, and whatever those other Maze Runner or that other kind of shit. People are tired of that. They don't want to know.
Yeah, people didn't go see Maze Runner 2 and Maze Runner 3 didn't get made.
And then if the movie's good, you go back and you see another one, and they don't follow that model. And I think that's unfortunate that they don't fucking do that anymore.
Well, see, and now we've got the Marvel model, and people are starting to wake up to it. No, we can't understand this. We get told we can't understand
Hollywood.
this movie.
Does not have to be a cinematic
series.
It does not have to be a cinematic universe.
Yep. That's, now with the superheroes, okay. With like Star Wars, yep. With the MonsterVerse, okay. But like, as far as like, you're trying to turn everything else into like, now the other one that's successful, and we've talked about, is the Conjuring universe.
Yeah, surprisingly successful. Yeah,
those movies are good. They're good movies.
The only good ones are the ones that the main show.
Annabelle ties in with the Conjuring, doesn't it?
Maybe just dolls don't creep me out. I don't know.
I just think Annabelle's a cool movie. I haven't seen the last one they made. The Origins, was it Annabelle Creation or something like that? I haven't seen that one yet.
Or the Nun. I didn't see those either.
But just to show you that some of these so-called stars don't have pull power, look at the failure of some of the other franchises of recent note. The one with the gunslinger, Dark Tower.
That's another one.
Yeah,
but, I'm glad that Joker is advertising itself as a standalone movie.
Yes.
Like, they're doing the right thing. It's a smart business. This is one movie. Come see it. Enjoy it. This doesn't require you to see 15 other fucking movies or know something from 16 fucking movies earlier. Mm-hmm. I'm not... I didn't read comic books. And part of the reasons why I didn't read comic books growing up is sometimes you missed an issue and you couldn't get the other one.
Yep.
And then when you miss an issue, you don't know what's going on. So you have all these little references in the side panels. It's like, well, I don't have that issue. Guess I got to collect that one too.
People aren't signing up for Disney Plus because they've been told to understand this movie, you got to watch that movie, and it's but this series is on Disney Plus.
One of the things I miss the most about the '80s, man, is that the TV show every episode was its own story contained within itself. It wasn't this constantly ongoing soap opera. The soap opera model is boring. It's getting really dull. That everything follows that model.
Was for your granny who was glued to the TV.
Everything is like a soap opera now. So it's like you miss an episode and you're fucked. I like the fact that you could miss one and then go back and see it later.
That's the thing about Disney Plus is I don't know if I'm going to be like, because I'm going to try to review as many of these shows as I can. And I mean, you got fucking like.
And if you tell me that if you tell me, Pete, that they're worth the shit, I'll check them out.
Yeah, like I said, I'm going to There's a couple of them that I probably am good. I'm not watching. Well, I'm going to say I'll watch the pilot to the Miss Marvel show. I will. I'll watch it because
And
I
now
want to
I'm
see.
I'm wrestling with going back to Netflix because God damn it, I want to watch The Irishman. I don't want to fucking give Netflix my money for one movie, but damn it, dude, De
I'm so glad
Niro
I
and
don't.
Pesci and Al Pacino in the same
Yeah.
fucking movie, de-aged in a
Yep.
gangster movie by
Yeah.
Martin
Oh
Scorsese.
yeah.
Jesus, dude. Studios actually turned that down.
I don't know why.
Netflix came in and swooped them up for $200 million. They
That's a
bought that for
moneymaker.
$200 million.
That's a moneymaker.
That's the one that's going to send them over the edge too.
Yep.
Studios were foolish to walk away from that one.
With that
That was
cast.
free money, dude.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, the thing is, Amazon is usually the one who swoops in because Netflix is normally one that, I want to play it safe.
Yeah.
Because Bezos got the money.
edge.
He can afford fucking anything. All right. Netflix is bleeding money, whereas Bezos by himself.
Netflix is $20 billion in the red. That's not a good place to be.
No, that ain't good. Speaking of the place to be, this has been episode 56 of the Place to Be reviews. I would like to thank my guest, first Salvador. He had to duck out early. He's got to work tomorrow. This morning. I'd like to thank
Now
my Aussie Dave for joining us again. I'm running counterclockwise this time. We went clockwise. We're starting. I'm going counterclockwise. It's like the water flushing down the toilet the wrong way. I don't know what I'm doing at this point.
your expectations, folks.
I just roundheaded you. I Rianne Johnsoned you. So Aussie Dave, thanks for joining me, man. And what do you got coming up with the video and what's going on with the book series?
Okay, with the book series, I have a wonderful editor right now who's putting the finishing touches. I've got a couple more paragraphs to rewrite, and it will tie in. I'll relaunch book 1. And hopefully within 6 months, I'll be able to launch book 2. But we've had to put editing book 2 on hold to get the relaunch of book 1 done because my last editor, I never proofread what she did. I just uploaded it. I took her at a word that it was all done, and it turns out she didn't do anything. It was a real embarrassment. Real embarrassment.
Ouch. Well, at least you're getting it taken care of, though.
Yeah,
so it'll be good. So it'll be good to go.
It's taken me a long time because it cost me a lot of money the first time, and it's taken me a lot of just to crawl back to the top where I could get back into writing and relaunch book 1. And this is not. I know it's bad to blame the tools, but this time the tool is a physical person, and you put your trust and a lot of money into them to polish your material, and it was a real letdown. It's a real eye opener, not just anybody. I can't name names. It's under seal. I could have lawsuited, but instead I just got partial money back. But can't name, because apparently she's got a very good reputation and she's done a lot of good work for other people. But there's just this cadre of people out there who hate science fiction.
I never understood that. I never understood what some people have. They do, and they have that just preordained hate of science fiction. There's
a definite noticeable hate for science fiction, which is why most science fiction movies kind of fail, because it's just you have to really win an audience over with that. It's like a very niche genre. Also, it's very expensive to make science fiction good.
That's the hardest thing to sell science fiction, is because it's 1, half your movies world building, 2, 3/4 of your movies CGI.
There's no way you could have made Alita Battle Angel work for any budget under $100 million.
No,
there's no fucking way unless you made it a cartoon. Yeah.
That's where most science fiction today's is going, over the anime.
Yes, the anime has pretty much taken over the science fiction landscape.
Except for video games.
Science fiction is definitely still Lord. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and video games, absolutely. That I don't really see
Cyberpunk,
that ever changing.
Baby.
Don't see it changing.
Borderlands, Cyberpunk, Destiny. Yeah.
Isn't there a reboot of the Elite game coming out? Sony?
No idea. Haven't heard of that one yet.
No, I'm looking for it to see whether or not it's just a Twitter rumor or reality. But if I find out, I'll let you know.
I
All
check
right.
daily for Alita news from my.
I was gonna
channel.
say you've got a lot of Alita followers
Yes,
that
I
subscribe
do.
to your
And that's,
channel.
that's,
So
that's why we're doing that watch party
Yep.
this weekend.
and
So,
I can't think of a better. Like I said, I was laughing. I was like, well, now we're streaming for 4 hours, probably 4.5 hours on Friday night.
Before we go, I announced 2 years ago when Rodriguez tweeted that he was doing Alita Battle Angel. There were so many people out there who didn't believe it because that's how much sci-fi gets hated on. That sci-fi fans don't believe they're making a movie of that caliber.
That's sad because that movie like had me right from the word go.
anything that failed on that, I think, was the marketing. The marketing was really bad for that movie.
It was.
And I think it was marketed
Fox
as
had
a
given up
YA.
at that point.
To me, it came off like a YA movie.
Yeah.
Fox had given up on all its material.
Yeah, they really bungled the fucking marketing on that movie because when you sit down and watch it as a movie, not knowing anything going into it, it's really something else.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't know anything about the manga or anything like that. So
nope.
Yeah,
I don't read that shit.
Definitely, as Rosa said, Disney put the future of its sequel into the hands of the DVD sales.
I'm hoping that
it did well, so we'll see what happens next. Yeah.
So all right,
secondary market's looking good. So if they hit that 700 million on the secondary market, there's your sequel.
I'd be down with that. I want to see it. I do, especially the way they ended the first one. They left it open perfectly for a sequel, or to just leave it to your imagination if they don't do a sequel. So let's see. Let's toss it up to the Groovinator. What do you got coming down the pipe?
So the most immediate thing is that watch party that I was just mentioning. It's going to be 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel. Pete will be there. I'll have some other guests as well. Probably some of the same people that were there for Miami Connection. That is strictly for the people that sub to my channel. There's so many of them that are part of the hashtag Alita Army. This is for them, so we can watch and have commentary. This is the only time I'll ever require somebody to rent a copy of something or own it in order to participate in a watch party. It's strictly for them. Everything else from here on out will be stuff on YouTube that you can watch for free because I don't believe in paying for anything if you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Other things I got down the pike, I've got another Cynical Cyborg Cinema. That's my extended movie reviews of bad movies. Next movie I'm going to be reviewing is called Frogs. It's from the 1970s. It's a really bad spin-off of like The Birds, I want to say, but the reason it's taking me so long to make it is I have to buy some props for it, and I have another camera, and I'm getting really involved with this one. So that, and then there's also the Movie Troll News seems to be doing really well, so I've been doing a lot of those. And the Mad Movie Moments are a hit as well. So I've got variety on my channel, and as I come up with new stuff, I get it out there as quick as I can.
Well, absolutely, man. I've enjoyed the videos, and thank you for coming on again, man.
My pleasure, man. And that's RaidersOfTheLostFlicks.com, where every night is a Friday night, and that's what we call turning a frown upside down.
And if you look up my name, you find my channel. Now and again, pop up a few videos. Found a few gems along the way in the news, but a lot of people just don't believe, just don't have faith anymore in the mainstream media to entertain them. I think a lot of people are going to the cinema just because there's nothing else to do.
That's it. Because I mean, you look at, there's not a lot of great TV shows out right now. There really isn't, that are on network TV for people. Everything's got to be on a streaming service nowadays, and I could talk about streaming services for
that's
hours,
a whole podcast. It'll implode, trust me.
Yep. So,
but speaking of streaming services, there is one show that has been a hit, The Boys. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Amazon have outdone themselves. They're back on the edge.
Let's hear it for the boys.
And with that, slap that like button. The poor bastard's only got 2, and that's from me and Adam.
And
you did this first one.
I didn't like it yet. I didn't like my own video yet. But Friday night, let me start. Tomorrow's Thursday, so I'll have probably a pair of videos coming out tomorrow. Friday night, I'll be on Adam and I will be on with Black Angus Reviews Friday night. I apologize to anybody that is.
Don't forget to post a link to it on your.
Yep,
channel.
I will post a link in this video once I get it all set up with a thumbnail, and we'll be on Black Angus Reviews from 6:30 until 8:20 on Friday night, and then we will be jumping on the jet and flying over to the fan cast.
Can't repeat that one, Goober Brothers.
Yep, from 8:30 until probably 10, and then Saturday night I'll be on Raiders of the Lost Flicks for the Alita watch party, and I'll have videos coming out during the days. And Saturday I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna show you exactly what is rotting on the shelves as far as Star Wars goes in
Busy
the
weekend in YouTube land.
in the local
Sunday,
toy
live
stores.
stream.
So
And Sunday, the live stream.
oh yep, and this has been episode number 56 of the Place to Be Reviews. I would once again like to thank Salvador, Aussie Dave, Raiders of the Lost Flicks, the Groovinator. MJ was in the chat for a minute. We missed you tonight, boo. Sorry. You'll be back next episode, I know. So be sure to subscribe, turn the bell on, and I will see you guys in a couple days.
Don't forget to eat your vegetables.
Eat your vegetables. In case I don't see you, have a good day and a pleasant tomorrow.
Peace.
Then.
West Side.
With that, we say hasta la vista, hasta la pasta.